I just wake up in the morning and I yell a lot, even though it's way too early. It's fun though. Wake up, wake up, wake up! I'm up, I'm ready, let's go.
Hope y'all like that. I'm here trying to get my mic working. Can y'all hear me? Is my mic sounding nice? Is my mic right now? Is my mic right now? Let me know what's going on here. Let's see. Let's check these settings because I don't know if y'all gonna tell me. All right, StreamYard tells me that my mic is just fine. My voice is lovely. So I am fully charged, ready to go. Bold as lions. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Way to get active. Let's go. All right. However, you got the wrong energy talking about it is too early. No, we hitting the ground running. Let's go. Let's go. We got to catch up to Eric Eccles. All right, look. First of all, let's be adults here. Good morning. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. This is your favorite home gym talk show. If it wasn't in the past, from this moment forward, it is, because we talk about topics that matter to the home gym community, and we get your live reactions along the way. Plus, we have cool guests that come on from the community. So this is, in my mind, the best talk show on available. Is not really on TV, maybe one day, but it's the best talk show out there. And I admit that that's biased, but now I got 3 hours to get you to agree with me. We have a show that is packed with content. So in the first hour, we will have news and other things, plus a brand new Recliner of Rage. I will tell you why I'm mad again this week. And the second hour at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central, we'll have Mario Rago from 46 Fitness. He's going to be joining the show. Mario's got some stuff to let us know about his brand. Third hour, 8 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. Carlos Sanchez from Synergy Custom Fitness is coming back. He's going to be letting us know about some updates to the adjustable dumbbell storage. He came on a few weeks ago, unveiled the adjustable dumbbell storage on here. You guys gave him a ton of feedback, and they've gone and acted on the feedback you gave them. And now they're here to give us a report. Plus, they got another product they want to let us know about. So I cannot wait to hear about all of that. So now that you guys know what is going to be on this show, do me a favor. Hit the like button and hit subscribe. It is very important that you hit subscribe because of something, not just because I want more subscribers. You know, the bigger the platform, the better I am able to help spread the word about stuff in the home gym community and bring the spotlight on brands that may not get as much shine or love from some of the other big creators. But it also is beneficial to you guys because of something I'm going to tell you about later on in the show. So hit the like button and hit subscribe. And if you guys would like to support the channel, here is an easy way that you can do that.
Hey, I don't want you to just watch this video. I need you to like, subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, I want you to join our channel for 99 cents a month so you can help us improve YouTube for the home gym community. Okay, back to the video.
All right, so there you go. Hit that join button, support the channel, because the goal is to be supported 100% or at least 90% by you guys instead of by big brands that happen to have a marketing budget. All right. So now that we've figured out what's all going on here, let's go see who is in the chat. I saw some comments in here. Carlos has already been laughing at me because I had a like right at last minute I had to pee, so I had to run to the bathroom. Yeah, it got interesting. You know, we got narrow hallways in my house, man. But you know what? You got to be able to cut. It's like a 3-cone drill at the NFL Combine trying to get to the bathroom sometimes. First up in the building, Carlos says, wake up, wake up, wake up. Rise and grind. My man, I'm up. I'm ready to go. All right, y'all need to catch up to me. My man, T-Dog19. I got your text last night, Trevor. First of all, good morning. I got your text last night, Trevor, but I was in the middle of show prep, so there is absolutely, I basically didn't stop because if I'm doing show prep, I don't stop until I'm done. So I actually, I saw I had a text from you, and then I kind of like scanned it to make sure like you weren't like in a ditch on the side of the road, but I did not interact with it. So I'm going to actually read your text later on today after the show is over. All right. Okay, just I don't like people. I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them. Eric Echo says, I've been up, man. I know, Eric. We're actually trying to, I tell everybody they got to catch up to me. We're actually trying to catch up to you because you've been at work since the club closed. Okay. In fact, you were probably driving to work as the parking lot at the bar was empty. So there's that. Does Eric ever sleep? That's the question. I don't know. I feel like he might, but if he does sleep, he sleeps standing up. So he's always ready to go. You know what I mean? Carlos said he's already out and about getting his 10,000 steps before the first hour is done. I bet he's wearing that weighted vest. Hey, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Carlos said my mic is a little muffled. Let's try that. Let's make an adjustment. That's the kind of help. All right, so let's see your microphone. Did that help? All right. So let me know if that improved the microphone situation for you. And I appreciate you letting me in. No fake channel. Jonathan, checking in. Look, I get to meet Jonathan in person in a week. I've been doing crunches and everything. I'm ready to go. I got to impress him. I got to look important. I may wear a bow tie. I don't know. What's up, my man? Let's see here. All right, Trevor said there's nothing urgent. Okay. Carlos is 4,000 steps in. All right, man, pick up the pace. I don't know, I know you're not the tallest dude. Your legs ain't that long. You got to move twice as fast to cover the same ground. So come on, man, let's go. Yeah, exactly. With his eyes open, he's sleeping, standing up in the corner. It's a process. Standing up or a checklist. Standing up in the corner, eyes open, ready for action. And that's right. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Truer words were never spoken. Trevor said he couldn't sleep, so he woke up at 4 a.m., edited podcast, and created new intro music. Look at this dude. That's what I'm talking about. Get active. Get some motion. Let's go. My man Carp, I'm going to give you what you always give us. When we post something, Carp is going to, yep. That's what you get from Carp when he sees your video. First thing he says, before he decides whether he likes it or not, you get up. Yep. So there you go. Man who parks in gym. Hey, what's up, my man? Wake up. What's up? Hey, Carlos, you know you got short legs. I ain't trying to. We all saw the video last week. All right, look. I want you to keep in mind, it's not that your legs are short. It's that the ground is a little further away for you than everybody else. That's all it is. Not your fault at all. Beyond your control. All right. So now that we have said what's up to everybody, we're going to be coming back to the live chat period. Obviously, when we get the news started, let's go ahead and dive into our first segment, which is news and other things. Okay, first news item is I have turned on the AC in this room because it was hot. It's hot in here. All right, hot. So I've turned on the AC. I hope that the AC noise, sometimes the mic picks it up. And so I was like, I'm going to power through, but I love y'all, but I don't love you like that. So I had to turn the AC on. It is hot in here. All right. Now, first news item is some awesome news from Rory Ellis. So Rory sent me a text. I know that he posted this on Instagram. At least I think he posted this on Instagram. I saw him post it somewhere. But he sent me a text last night, and I believe in supporting those who support you. And my guy, as you were, our guy Rory, like I said, shot me a text yesterday with some amazing news. Let's go ahead and throw that up here right now. So let me move this out of the way so you guys can see it. All right, so as you guys see, he said his mega lift handles are now available at Rogue Fitness. That is amazing, amazing news, right? And first of all, you see that I love that Rory. I wasn't even aware of this, okay? Because I mean, you see people out on Instagram. Like I don't know who is. A lot of times, I don't know who's supporting the creators that I support. Unless I see something from No Fate and it's mentioning a creator that I also support, I won't know that No Fate Jonathan is supporting that creator as well, right? So when Rory said that I gave him a platform to speak on about his product before anybody else, that actually one, it means a lot, because that's the goal of this show, and it's why I said, hey, I want you guys support the show. You're supporting not just me, but you're supporting other creators and people who make products that are for you, because everybody doesn't have a marketing budget, right? And the goal is to let you guys know about these brands who may be at a disadvantage because they don't have the budget of a bigger brand. But the other reason why I'm super excited about this is because I'm hoping that this is an indicator that Rogue Fitness is turning the corner in how they interact with small inventors. It hasn't always been the best over at Rogue Fitness. First of all, Rogue Fitness is not a home gym company. I know that kind of hurts people's feelings when we say that. I think Jonathan No Fake 24/7 was the first guy to bring that up. I mean, we all knew it, but I think Jonathan was the first one to say it like really publicly. Rogue is a gym equipment company. Really, they're a CrossFit company, right? They're a CrossFit supplier. It just so happened that when they came out, and I remember when Rogue Fitness started, when they came out, they were the only place to easily get a lot of equipment that was suitable for a home gym space, right? But they've never been a home gym company, right? So slowly over the years, I've kind of like lost my to me, they kind of lost their luster. It's not that they're not necessarily making good products. It's that I'm like, there are other options, other places that I go to that I think of before Rogue if I want to get something from my home gym. Not that I don't have any home gym stuff from Rogue. I've got some Hatfield handles downstairs that I got from Rogue. Actually, I got two sets of them, and so I don't have a problem with buying stuff, but like I said, it kind of lost the luster. And then they've had some contentious, that's the word we're going to use, contentious interactions with small inventors in the past couple of years. There's been some outcry from the community, and so I'm hoping that they are that they're turning the corner. Hey, the British are coming. The British are here. The British are here, and they're coming. Okay, yeah, because Matt gave me some pretty good news about a potential visit to the USA coming up in the next couple of years. So I'm hoping we get to see him on this side of the Atlantic Ocean. But for right now, I'll take what I can get. Good morning, Matt. Matt gives y'all good information. He said, remember to hit the like. There's 500 here. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Hit like for me. All right. But before we go into the rest of the comments, I want to actually go to the Roman Strength Megalith handles, right? So let's see how easy these are to find. And to do that, what we got to do, right? You know what we got to do? Right? That's right. It is the first screen share of the day. Get loud. All right, so let's go ahead and share that screen. And here we go. Rogue Fitness. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We are at Rogue Fitness. Whoever trusts them, I trust them too. All right, so we're going as if we're just regular people who don't know anything except we want Megalith handles. So let's type in Megalith. Oh, look at that. I didn't even get to finish typing. Bam, there it is. Megalith handles. Look at it. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? All right, let's see what Rogue is telling us. So at Rogue Fitness, the Megalith handles $299.99, ships in 3 to 5 days. Available only in the continental United States. Sorry, Matt. But now that I know what it costs to ship stuff to England, I am not surprised. Now, I will say potentially if these handles take off, Rogue might add them to their European supplier. I think it's Rogue Fitness Europe, right? I think, yeah. So they might be available in more places. I mean, Rogue is all over the place. In fact, just out of idle curiosity, let's see what happens if we go Rogue Fitness to Europe. Rogue Fitness Europe. Okay, Rogue Fitness EU. So let's share this tab instead. Let's see what Matt would see if he went searching for them. Okay, so not available in Europe yet. Dang it. Dang it. That's all right. So you know what that means. We got to get the information out there. You guys need to support this, not just because you're supporting one of our own, but also because we want people in Europe to be able to use Megalith handles too. All right, so at Rogue, you have two options. You got the black powder coat, and you got this stainless steel, oh so pretty stainless steel version. Still has the Rohrman strength tag on it. All right, you guys can see there. It's got an example of it attached to a cable, and there it is attached to some lever arms. Let's see here. Nice little close-up of the handle. This is all stuff that we already knew, but I just love the fact that this information is now out there in the wild for everybody to see. And then, of course, it's available. They said that these are accessories, but I would say that these are more like add-ons, like the plate storage pin or the plate storage pair. So I would hope that means if somebody's buying the storage pin or the storage pair, that they'd also see the Megalith handles as like one of those potential add-ons. And got a nice little write-up about it. That is not Rory, but hey, that's fine. That's fine. We appreciate you being there. We appreciate your support. Whoever you are, my dude, rocking the Megalith handles. Says similar items. There is nothing similar. Stop it. All right, man. I'm so excited for you, Rory. I think that's an awesome thing. Carp said, seems like they're open to collaborating with inventors in the community a lot recently. Maybe that's a good sign. It might be. Or it might be a sign that Home Gym Con is coming up and that they're going to be a Home Gym Con and they don't want to get a bad reception given what happened with them and with them earlier in the year. You know, you don't want to go to an event that is filled with people who are fans of the creators or / inventors who you've allegedly, potentially, reportedly, done wrong. So, because that may not work out well for you in terms of a public relations thing. So, like you say, hopefully it means that they've changed how they're going to operate, but it might, the cynic in me says, I love that they're doing this for Rory, and I love that they were willing to have, I know of some other small creators and some inventors who have their stuff at Rogue, but I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting and seeing. I'm just doing the wait and see thing. But yeah, hey, shout out to Rory. Congratulations to Rory. Please, you guys support this, because one thing that I've learned in my 50 plus years on the planet is you get more of the behavior you reward. So if Rogue Fitness sees that there is a positive effect on their bottom line if they do the right thing for creators, then they're going to do the right thing for creators, not because they've just reformed or whatever, but because it makes good business sense. So way you can affect that is just support Rory by going to Rogue Fitness and grabbing some of these. Now, Trevor, I don't necessarily know if Rogue is a luxury or premium brand. Like, To me, a premium brand is American Barbell, um, Elico, um, maybe ATX, but it's like these are like top of the line companies. You know what I mean? Um, and the reason why I can't look at Rogue and say that they're a luxury brand is because, so let's use cars. Um, when you buy a Mercedes, you expect it to cost a lot more, but you also know you're going to get a lot of features, and that thing's going to last a long time. It's going to be durable, right? Because you pay a lot of money for it to work, right? Um, to me, Rogue isn't that. Because I remember when my brother was just getting started. He was started in the sport of strongman. We went to a strongman competition in Maryland, and they had some. I think it was a yoke. They had a yoke from Rogue, and they also had a yoke from Big Dog Strong, and then they had some farmers carry handles from Rogue. Anyway, the Rogue products bent. I think it might have been the farmer carry handles. They bent, all right. And the guy from Big Dog Strong, Johnny Waz, shout out to Johnny Waz, uh, was like, he said, yeah, that's why he said, Rogue is nice for regular people. He said, but, it gets damaged too easily. It's not really up to, it can't really handle the wear and tear from really strong guys. And I saw that like right in front of me. So I wanted to say that they're the high end of the Honda, maybe the Acura. They still look Acuras, but they're not premium, not to me anyway. Uh, let's see. Matt said the red coats are evading again. That's what I'm saying. Y'all come on back. Come on back. All right. You remember, hey, just remember what happened in 1812. Stay away from the coming out of the Marine Corps house and you be okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Carp says this Rogue is selling it. I'm assuming it will still work with the Mutant Metals, Darko, and Rogue Arch attachments. I would assume so. I don't know. I'm gonna see about trying to get Rory here. If not, I'll just talk to him when I see him at Home Gym Con next week, and maybe we'll get an interview going during our coverage of that event to answer those questions. So anything you guys want to know about the Megalith handles, go ahead and throw that out there, and I will make sure I ask Rory when I see him, unless he comes in here, at some point. I don't know where he is in the world right now, so he might be working. And but if he does come in here, then we can. In fact, I'll star your comment right there, so that if he does come in, I can make sure I ask him. All right. I realize, Carp, that you like live 15 minutes away from him, so you could ask him yourself. But I'm saying for the interest of anybody else who might want to know. Isn't anything I add to my home gym now a home gym device, no matter what it is? Yeah, sure. But I didn't say they don't sell home gym equipment. I said they're not a home gym company. They are a CrossFit company, and you could use their stuff in your home gym. Okay, so that's the distinction between what I'm saying and what you're saying. But yeah, of course, if you add tacos, now they are home gym tacos. I'm down for that, and now you got me wanting tacos. Thanks a lot. I got 3-hour show boulders lines. How you gonna do that to me? I'm hungry now. Thank you. I hope you're satisfied. Said premium for the home gym category. Again, like I said, man. So again, all right. So let me tell you kind of like what I'm saying. So let me go to let me show you what I'm talking about, right? So go into Elico, all right? This is kind of a tangent, but that's why y'all come here. So look at the home collection from Elico, right? I don't need guidance. So this is all stuff that you can have right here. So this is a combo rack from Elico, all right? That's about $5,500 US. Okay, excluding the VAT, excluding the value-added tax. Let's look at. I don't want to necessarily go through all the rack builder stuff, but look at their adjustable bench. This is from their home collection. Look at the price that's before the value-added tax. All right, $1,500 US. Now you're getting quality. I'm not going to tell you that you're not getting quality, but that's what I look at. So let's go to Rogue Fitness adjustable benches. Adjustable bench. Rogue Fitness adjustable bench is half. Actually, it's less than half of what you get of what an Elico bench is. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I say it's not necessarily, that's not a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? Eric said, when I saw stacks and grips on the Rogue site for the first time, it was a big deal to me too. I'm telling you, man, that's huge because people know Rogue. That's the advantage of it, is like people know Rogue. So I don't even really know what a good comparison would be outside the home gym community, but I'm just saying that's a big deal to get your stuff out there. I don't have to do that. Talk to my local mechanic. My mom's got a Mercedes that she got in 2008. That thing's still running like a champ. And I know other people who've got Mercedes. Now, a BMW, and I used to work for, I don't worry about the name. I used to work for a Fortune 500 insurance company. And I did claims. And whenever there was a claim with a Mercedes, it was a lot easier to deal with getting repairs done for it than it was if somebody had a claim, auto accident claim involving a BMW. I'm telling you, the BMW owners used to want to like punch air like Trey from Boys in the Hood. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the movie. It's a great movie. It's a classic. So yeah. But anyway, that's it for Car Talk. Home Gym Physique. Hey, Home Gym Physique. What's up? And I agree with what you said, Watson. I'm glad you said that because I was like racking my brain, like who else? I know there's another one. Yes, Watson Gym Equipment is a premium home gym supplier. So let's go to Watson. Watson Gym Equipment. They do have stuff here in the USA. They have a supplier here in the USA, but if I go to Watson Gym Equipment, they make the dumbbells. They make these dumbbells. Well, let's go apples to apples. So I'm going to do products, machine stations, benches. There we go. Adjustable bench. All right. So an adjustable bench from Watson. So Elico is $1,500. Rogue is $595. So looking at their adjustable bench, they don't even have a price on it. All right, you can customize it, but you know how to tell you if you got to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. They're gonna send you a quote after you tell them what you want. All right, so that should let you know right there. But this is high quality stuff. All right, I'm not in any way knocking that. All right. Home Gym Games. What's up, Kevin? Kevin, I've got the list of stuff. Keep on sending me stuff. Kevin is sending me stuff that he wants me to go. He's giving me homework. A homework assignment for Home Gym Con, and I'm here for it. What's up? Kevin says good morning. I say good evening because I know it's nighttime over there for you. Yes, they are an expensive company. Let's see here. And Carp said, yeah, I have people say all the time they have the Rogue fill in the blank because they bought it off the Rogue website. They assume it's a Rogue product, even though it might be a concept too or something else. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal to be on the Rogue website, and I am extremely happy for you, Rory. Because when one of us wins, we all win. I know that may sound corny, but it is the truth. So go ahead, go there, and give me your support. So I've also asked Rory to post that link that I just showed. I asked him to post it in the Garage and Life community section here on YouTube. So if you're watching the replay, shout out to the replay gang. Just go to the community section and check it out. Check out the viewer posts, and you'll see the link there. So, like I said, go ahead and support it. Now, speaking of the Garage Gym Life community, it is live, and I want to hear from you guys. So I've got some people who have already been posting on there. And so shout out to all of you guys who posted in there. Kevin from Home Gym Gains, my guy Carp, Ashley Romiak, the homie 332, she's posted in there. Carlos has also posted. And some of you guys are like, the what? What are you talking about? So this is basically YouTube is in competition with Instagram. If you didn't know, now you know, but you should have known. They're in competition with Instagram, with Facebook, with all the Meta products, right? And so, and they also have seen what Discord has been able to do. And so they want to stop you from leaving the platform. And so they've created their own version of it. Now, the benefit to me is that it's an easy way for all of you guys who are subscribed to my channel to share information with me and with each other. So I want to continue to create a community here on YouTube, because there's no point. Sometimes people treat YouTube like a TV show, right? So, you got like maybe your favorite TV show, The Walking Dead. All right. So I remember The Walking Dead when it was popular. They had an after show, and people would go to the after show to discuss the show, right? But that was essentially one of the only ways that you could interact with the show, right? You couldn't like watch the show and interact in real time with the show. Or if you're watching something on ESPN, just for example, you can't easily interact on ESPN with the show. You have to go to an app or something like that to interact. YouTube is making it so that you never have to leave the platform. And so here's how it works. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. All right. So the way that it works is you're going to pull this up here. Downloads. Could have sworn. Okay. So it won't let me show. All right. So what you got to do is you go to Garage and Life Media on your phone. Let me make sure I actually downloaded this thing here. I thought I did, but if I did not, we're going to download. And download. Okay, let's try that again. Just 1 second. Boom. There we go. All right. So here's how you do it. So to make a post, first you're going to go to our channel homepage in the YouTube app on your phone. You've got to be a subscriber. Then you're going to tap Visit Community button. You're going to tap Start a Post. Okay. Now, the way that I'll show you how that works in semi-real time.
Some verticals. You had Chris taking the middle of the field in the safety.
All right, so that shows you guys what I was watching when I was watching a football game when I recorded this. All right, so as you see, so if you go on your phone, remember this only works for your phone. You go to the Garage Gym Life homepage, right? And then you're gonna see you'll see you're not gonna see managed videos because this is a screenshot from my phone, but you see Visit Community and you'll see videos, shorts, and live. All right. All right, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click Visit Community because that's what you want to do. All right, when you get there, you'll see, for you guys, if it's your first time, you'll see Start a Post. If you've been there before, you'll see what's on your mind. All right, so that's where you'll go. You're going to start a post. You have the option to post a text-only post. You have the option to post an image. So let's say you just did a YouTube video and you want people to go watch it. We'll see like some of the examples there. All right, so that's a post that Kevin did, show to let everybody know to go check out his Rit leg extension review. So he's got the thumbnail. Technically, it's an image post. You put the thumbnail as the image, and then and you can include the link so people can go and check it out. And then I posted something to Kevin. This is Carlos. He posted. He wanted everybody to go check out his live stream. Also, that's Carlos's new bench. All right, he's had it for a little bit, but if you guys would have checked out the community post, I know we were concerned about Carlos and that bench that was a death trap. You check out the community post, you would have seen that Carlos posted last week that his bench had arrived and he was ready to go with it. And then Jared, there's some like interaction. Jared Martin jumped in there and he answered some questions from Carlos. So let's go ahead and remove that. So anyway, this is a good way for you guys to interact with me. And another thing, like you could post your workout log, say this is what I'm doing today. You can post a link to home gym equipment that caught your eye. And especially if this is something you're like, hey, would love to, hey, I want to talk about this on the show on Friday. All right. Why am I telling you this? Because a lot of you guys, more than you guys would imagine, a lot of people send me DMs on Instagram for stuff they want me to share on the show. Well, Instagram doesn't always show me your DMs. Okay. For whatever reason, Instagram doesn't always show me your DMs. And I also, this is my fault, but I don't expect this to change anytime soon. I don't go on Instagram very often. In fact, there have been weeks where I've taken Instagram off of my phone completely because it's too easy to go on Instagram and just get into doom scrolling, right? So I end up losing a lot of productive time. And so I just don't go on there as often. But I check YouTube constantly because I'm trying to grow the platform, right? And so I give it attention. So if you post something on in the community post, I will see it. And in fact, we're going to go through some of the things that people have posted as part of the news and other things. So I'm just letting you know that these guys will have that you guys have an opportunity to interact with me. All right, now we got a very good question right here. Home Gym Physique said, do you think the communities will be plagued with spam? If people can publish in your community, isn't that free advertising? So that's two questions. I'll answer them individually. People will try to post spam, okay? But YouTube gives me the option to filter stuff, okay? For one thing, YouTube already has a pretty robust spam filter. So sometimes to the point where people will post, like, say, a comment on a YouTube short or a video I post, and I don't even see the comment because YouTube flags something that's in the comment as spam. So I don't even see it. But also, I get to see the posts, and if it's spam, I get rid of it. All right. Also, you may not, there's no way why you would know this, but I also have channel moderators. So I have people who go through and they filter out spam when I'm, I don't know, asleep or busy doing something else. And so anything could always be stronger, but we got a pretty good spam filter. So on my community, you're not going to have to worry about it as much as you might somewhere else. That's one. Second question, if people can publish on your community, isn't that free advertising? Yes, that's the point. That is the point. I realize maybe I'm not supposed to let people know this, but to be quite honest with you, like I said earlier, everybody doesn't have the marketing budget of some of the bigger brands. And I personally don't want to be in a situation where brands have to pay me in order for me to pay attention to them. Okay. Now, there are some business realities, which means if you want me to actively do something, you have to pay for my time. But I am kind of like creating this as like the equivalent of your local newspaper. So you know, you can put like a public service announcement in it. Well, all right, you're old enough to know this. Some of y'all are young, but you can put like a public service or a community post in the newspaper, and it didn't cost you anything, right? And that's what I'm trying to do here. So if the other thing is I want my fellow content creators to grow. So if somebody's making good content on YouTube and they're trying to, let's think about Kinsey, for example. Kinsey's trying to grow her channel. I want Kinsey to be able to post, hey, I just did a video. Because if you think about it, the stated point of a lot of these videos is to help people make smart buying decisions, right? So why would I not want to allow that stuff to be on my channel? Like on my, I'm like, and the other thing about it too is it actually helps me out. So you look at it as like I'm giving free advertising. I look at it as like I'm making every one of you unpaid market researchers for me because I don't see everything. So if you kind of throw something on my radar, boom, now I know about it. I can go check it out and we can add it to the show. Of course, we give people a shout out if their stuff is used. Trevor said it pays to be a subscriber. It sure does. And Rory has done a lot with free advertising. Yup. I'm telling you that some of the costs of marketing your product, that's part of what can kill a brand in the early stages. So I want to just kind of help brands get past that. Can we post about non-home gym stuff that we are doing? I mean, I don't want to know if you're clipping your toenails, but yeah, okay. So for example, in your case, you have a podcast that really doesn't have anything to do with the home gym community. So it doesn't mean that you can't post about that, but just consider your audience, right? So I'm not saying no, don't do it, but I'm just telling you, if you post, hey, I got a new podcast up with XYZ person, and we're talking about something related to project management, you're free to post it. I just don't know how much traffic you get from it. But if it works for you, hey, more power to you, man. Because like I said, I want you guys to succeed in your goals. If you're a home gym owner and you are supporting my channel, I want to support you. And it's not like people who are in the home gym community don't have jobs. That's how we afford to buy home gym equipment. So yeah, you might have people interested in it. So yeah, post away. Next question. These are good questions, man. Can you post articles within the community, include photos, videos, and links? Okay, so I sort of answered that already, but specifically, I don't know how long, like if there's a character limit for your post. Okay, so I know you can post an article and post a link to it and a picture that represents the article, right? So like like your what do you call it? Your feature image, if it's a blog post. So it's a picture and then maybe like the first paragraph and then the link to it for people to read the rest. You can definitely do that. I don't have a problem with that. But the limiter on posting the full article in the community section might be the number of characters. And keep in mind, again, this is something that only works on your phone. So that's a lot of work for your thumbs if you're gonna post a 500-word article. But I got no problem. I personally don't have a problem. So let's just, and I mean, this is week 1 of having the community. So some of this stuff is going to work itself out. One thing I will say is just like anything else on my channel that I'm associated with, I will not allow any sort of like abusive back and forth. So if it looks like it's, I mean, I don't mind if you disagree. I don't care. But if it gets abusive, then out of here. All right. So that's that. But I trust you guys. I just know that, I got to let everybody else know that. All right, we got to pick up speed because we're running out of time. We don't. Okay, so let's go ahead, because there seems to be some interest in the community posts. Let's go ahead and check out some of the posts that have been made so far. So let's go ahead, and this also give you guys, yeah, keep it family friendly. And I mean, I know people who cuss in front of their kids, but keep it family friendly for other families too. All right. So let me go ahead and I'll just let you guys check out what I see. You also get a nice shot of like this is my dashboard, right? So this is a post I made this morning. This is an update about my training. I'm basically just complaining. This is a post about this. There's a bar from Watson Gym Equipment. We don't actually have time to talk about it right now, but you guys can visit the community section and you'll see the post. I thought it was interesting. No Fate 24/7 sent this to me, and I went ahead and yeah. All right. Let's see here now. So this right here is post from me. Now let's go to viewer posts. All right, so that's your boy Jonathan, sleeveless as usual. All right, so he posted that, and it shows like how many. Only 2 people have commented. Y'all need to get active. This is Kevin's post that you guys already saw before. All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's a different one. That's a gym tour. It's his home gym tour. All right. This is a post from Ashley talking about the strap bar saddle pad that she just did a review on. You guys need to go check that out. And then there's Kevin's Rip Fit leg extension on the balcony post. Let's see here. Let's go with newest. All right, so these are the newest posts. This one's from our guy Matt. I haven't even seen this one. Look at you, boy. Look at him. Casually deadlifting 663 pounds with an axle. Look at you. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Now I can't interact with these unless I'm on my phone. So I'd have to in fact, let's do that right now, because I don't want to there's a community. Let's see, newest posts. Let's go ahead. Boom. Thumbs up to that. All right. Thumbs up to Matt. And then you guys can see, I just refreshed the page. Boom. There you go. And go to newest. All right. All right. So there we go. Stop sharing. Matt says it's crazy hot. Sorry for no shirt. We don't have air conditioning. I don't feel sorry for you. I told you to put air conditioning in that thing, okay? I realize that there are places in England that don't have air conditioning and they don't put ice in their drinks. Don't be like that, Matt. You know the truth, all right? Start something new. You know, be the change you want to see. What's up, Jared? He said, good morning. No working out of town, so I slept in a bit. And he said, actually, that's a lie because all 3 little boys woke up super early this morning. Hey, I know that's a dad like, man. You go to sleep thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna treat myself and wake up late, and your kids are like, hey, what are we doing today? And you're like, how come you can't do this when it's time for school? When it's the school day? 50 Cal Fitness, welcome. He said, hey, just get home from work. Stop by to say hi. What's up? Yes, I'm very happy for Rory. We'll see y'all soon. Hey, see you guys in about a week. And Matt says, ice goes in my bath. You, sir, are a lunatic. No, that's wrong. All right, time for us to jump into our next segment. We got more stuff I wanted to talk about, but we don't have time because it is time for, that's right, we're running out of time, but we got to have time to complain, right? So let's go. Recliner Rage right now. It's the Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage, because he's not happy.
I am extremely unhappy because today's Recliner of Rage is dedicated to barbell hip thrusts and how much I dislike setting them up. I don't necessarily hate doing the movement. I hate what you got to do to set up a barbell hip thrust. The problem I face is getting my feet underneath me to do a barbell hip thrust, okay? Let's take a look. So look at this, all right? Now, that's not the most amount of weight I can handle, but this is me from the floor trying to do barbell hip thrust, all right? It's just hard to get my feet under me so I can brace and get the bar up off the, and actually do the movement, right? That's annoying. I don't like that, okay? I don't, and think about where a barbell hip thrust normally comes in your program, right? It's typically after squats, after other stuff, so your legs are already fatigued, and then you get in this uncomfortable position to try to get the bar up off of the ground. I don't like it. That's not living my best life. I don't like it. So I thought to myself, me, hey, why don't you try just doing it in the rack? Okay, so for those who don't know, I've got one of the Freak Athlete hypers. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go set that up. That's when I found out that it was too long, that the Freak Athlete Hyper Pro is too long because there's not enough room between my deadlift platform and my rack for it to fit in there for me to have enough room. So my wife and I kind of like maneuvered it. It took a long time. I broke a sweat just setting up the Hyper Pro, okay? I don't like that at all. All right? I don't like that. I'm angry, in fact. So that's double rage right there. In fact, matter of fact, I'm mad. I didn't even think about how mad I am about that until just now. So
It's the recliner of rage. It's the recliner of rage. Because he's not happy.
okay, so we finally get the Hyper Pro set up in the rack. My wife is like, all right, I'm out of here. She's taking my daughter to the water park. She said, don't do nothing. You know, don't do anything that makes you call 911 because you're the only one in the house. I was like, you can trust me. Well, here's what happened next.
Don't even know if this will work. Also don't know if I actually be able to get back out from under.
Okay, do you see that? That's what I'm talking about. First of all, you see that there's not a lot of room, right? Look what I'm a grown man. Look what I'm having to do to just try to get under this bar, okay? Let's continue.
Here after doing this.
Yes, thank you for asking. I am scraping the skin off my ankle bone. Thanks for asking. Let's continue. Okay. You see how much I'm look at that.
Also don't know.
Look at that. Look at what I'm going through.
From under here after doing this.
Everybody feel my pain right now. We're a team. So if I'm in pain, you're in pain. Let's go. Everybody reach down and take a layer of skin off of their left ankle right now. We are a team. Look at that. Look at what I'm going through, all right? Made it. All right. All of that just to get in that position.
Y'all didn't think I could do it.
All right. I see your question, Matt. Could I use the spotter arms? No. Well, I could probably, if I use them inside the rack, the problem isn't the height of the spotter bars. The problem is that there's not even an inch between the end of the Hyper Pro and my deadlift platform. So I actually need to be back a little bit further, and the bar needs to be up a little higher. So that's easy to fix. I can just put the spotter bars a little bit higher, but I don't have any more room to go back. Let's continue. Good question.
Ha, so was you.
Let's go. Now we still got to do the exercise. Look at that. Now look, see, that's what I meant by it has to be higher. All right, so we do that. This is ridiculous. Now, you about to witness
Get out.
Now you all are about to witness the triumph of the human spirit.
Shows what you know.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Because I'm a champion, dadgummit. I'm a champion. I will not be stopped. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You thought I wouldn't get out, but I got out, so I'm out. Ha-ha! Okay. But nevertheless, why did it have to be so hard? Hey, Bob Fit, I see your questions. I'm not ignoring you, but let me finish this segment. I got to get this off my chest. I'm mad! Okay. Why does this have to be so difficult? Why can't the Hyper Pro be a little bit just literally 1 foot shorter and life would be good for me? All right, that's it. Thank you for letting me share. I appreciate y'all letting me share. I'm gonna calm down now, and we'll continue on with the show.
Okay, calm down. Take a breath. You don't need no high blood pressure, plus you got a whole show to do. So just calm all the way down. That's better.
Okay, now that I'm calm. Kurt says, looking forward to the reunion next week. Man, I cannot wait. Also, Kurt, I'm fairly certain that everybody already knows about it, but the Kurt Locker got a visit from Mathonomics, so you guys go and check out that video link. I've not watched it yet. That's going to be treadmill time for me, but I would definitely go check that out. But shout out to Kurt. Can't wait to see you and check out the progress of your. It looks like it's a little bit past the 5 o'clock shadow right now. It's almost a full. Not quite a beard, not quite 5 o'clock shadow, but it's making good progress. Catching up to your mustache. All right, Bob Fit says, "What's up? Any good split to start as a new month?" I don't know, man. So the way you said split, so that tells me or makes me believe that you are interested in more of a general fitness / bodybuilding focus. And I say, if that's what you're into, can't go wrong with either push-pull legs or upper lower, because that's going to give you enough time for recovery as well as letting you hit your entire body, so long as you don't do just the exercises that you like. You also do the stuff that you need to do, like the stuff that you don't see. Yeah, things that take 3 days when they shouldn't. Getting under that bar. That's what I'm talking about, Boulder's Lines. Feel my pain, man. So Bob Fit wants to know throat soreness. He wants to know if you're sick, can you still do cardio? Yeah, why not? Sometimes getting a sweat makes you feel better. So I don't see a problem with doing cardio if you are. I mean, now, if you're dizzy, I wouldn't get on the treadmill, and I definitely wouldn't walk outside. What happens if you fall down and fall in traffic and get run over? That's not good for your gains. So I wouldn't do that. But if you especially if you're like congested, or like you said, you got a little bit of a sore throat, yeah, I do cardio. I might even go so far as to, take this with a grain of salt, but I might even go so far as to wear like sweats so that I can sweat even more. In fact, there's a product called Sweet Sweat that I used when I was fighting. And you throw some of that on, makes you sweat a little bit more. And after you get done, go take a shower, man, you probably feel like brand new money, man. Is that a recorded video? Yes, it's a recorded video. Yeah, great advice from that shows that you were in the military. Talking about 800 milligrams of Motrin and drink water, you'll be fine. Yeah, vitamin M and nothing like it. Man, getting on the floor for that was horrible. In the rack, horrible. All right, and let's see here. What do you mean getting old? I'm not getting old. I'm already in my 50s, dude. Getting old was when I was 48. But you know what? I'm going to be old and strong. JG, the old strong. That's going to be me. All right, so we are waiting for our first guest. How wide? I'm not about to measure the YouTube play button spot holder. Now, my wife, since you asked Boulder's Lines, my wife has specifically requested that I either get that off of the wall or cover it up. And so I am getting a sign made, because a temporary sign made, because that space is reserved for the YouTube play button. I'm manifesting it, but we will cover it up. And at that time, so I have to measure it in order to know how big the sign needs to be. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. In fact, I'll make a community post about it. Hey, shout out to the 790 of you who are watching. Appreciate you guys getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and shout out to the Central Time Zone. We got a bunch of you guys already watching the show. So you guys make sure that you dive in and get active with us. Don't hide. We need you to get in the show and get get involved with us. Let me go ahead and shoot off a quick text to my dude. Let's see here. Make sure that he's not asleep. This is the literary version of wake up, wake up, wake up. And ready when you are. Boom. All right. All right. So we do have a little bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go back to the stuff I thought I wouldn't have time for. And then we'll bring Mario in when he jumps backstage. Okay. So scroll back up. All right. So this is something I really wanted to tell you guys. So what can you, we have the live show coming up at Home Gym Con. Got several people signed up for it. And that's number one, exciting, but also, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous because I haven't done a live show, well, in a year. Not live. These are all live, but I'm talking about a live in-person show in a year. And I'm not nervous about being in front of people. That's not a problem. But I want to make sure that it goes off well and that we get you guys out of there in time for the morning workout early access at Home Gym Con. So the plan for that day is we'll come in. We're going to have Jake is going to be there. And he's going to, kind of welcome you guys to Home Gym Con. And then we're going to start having the guests come in. So we've got Micro Gains, Homegrown Lifting, Synergy Custom Fitness is going to be there. David Dennis from Gorilla Strength is going to be there. And these brands are the brands who are coming are bringing giveaway items. Okay. So when you get there, we're going to have raffle tickets. You come in, get a raffle ticket, and then we'll literally do it like a raffle. I thought about bingo, but that's way too complicated. Also, I've never played bingo, so I don't actually know how to play it. And I don't want to learn on the fly. I got too much other stuff going on. But I know how to tear a raffle ticket. So we're going to go raffle tickets, and we're going to as each brand comes on, they're going to do a spiel, let you guys know what to expect from their booth. They'll take questions from the in-person audience. That day only, the live chat, you will be able to interact because my wife is going to be monitoring the live chat. But there's going to be a little bit of a delay because, like I said, I want the show to run smoothly. So I will periodically say, hey, Naomi, do we have any questions from the live chat for Micro Gains, for example? So if you're watching, you're not at Home Gym Con, or you're too lazy to get out of bed and come downstairs, you can, and you're just watching on your computer or whatever, or your phone, you can put a question in the chat for that, and then she'll let me know your question. But so basically that's what we'll do. It's like, hey, this is, again, this is a Homegrown Lifting, Will from Homegrown Lifting, and this is, he'll do his spiel, he'll take his questions, and then we'll do the giveaway. You raffle ticket, boom. All right. Now, then what we're gonna do? Hey, I see you backstage, Mario. I'll be bringing you on in just a second. You got about 2 minutes. Okay. So then I've got some giveaways for you guys as well, and I've been kind of holding off. Oops, that's not it. That's the wrong bag. There it is. All right. I think I showed you guys this before, but just in case, I'm going to show you again. So I had these patches made. Okay. They weren't upside down. Ideally when you wear them. Let's see if you guys can see it. All right. And they say I was getting up way too early before it was cool. All right. These are patches. They are designed to be worn on any kind of molly. So like they got Velcro on the back. All right. So you can put it on your weighted vest, wherever you got a molly patch. Wherever you got a Velcro, something that can take a Velcro patch. So I know people who are putting on the backpack, like mine's on my backpack. You can put it on a jacket if you got a Velcro patch there. You can put it on your plate carrier. I think Carp said he put it on his weighted vest. Some of you guys have gotten it already, and that's because I'm handing them out in person. So I saw Rory, I saw Carp in person. I handed them a patch. People who I know I'm not going to see anytime soon, I wanted to make sure that they could get their patch. So like Carlos in Houston, I mailed him his patch, and I shipped Matt his patch in England because I'm not going to see Matt for like a year. All right, I don't want him to have to wait a year. But this is just my way of it's like a little token, me telling you guys thank you. I've also got some stuff that brands have sent me that I did a review on, and I'm not going to sell. So I'm just going to give it away. It's not brand new, but it's barely used. I'm calling that the scratch and dent giveaway. All right. Not because it's scratched and dented, but because I didn't want to call it. Maybe we call it the barely used giveaway, right? But it'll be stuff that I have that I'm gonna give away to you guys who are there in person. Because again, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to get up and actually come to the show. Trevor said, "Are you taking questions from the peanut gallery as well?" Oh yeah, that's the whole point of having people in the live audience. Yes, we'll be taking questions from you guys definitely. That's so the brand's gonna come on. They're gonna present who they are if you don't know who they are, and then you can ask them questions about their booth and what you can expect from their booth. We'll do the giveaway. We'll have the next brand come on. All right. Matt said his patch is gonna go in his competition bag. So we'll be with him at every competition, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Trevor said it helps identify who's in the cool kids club. That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, I'm not new to this. A1 from day one. Boulder's Lion said we are the peanuts. All right, so let's go ahead and before we go, let's see here. We're gonna add. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna add LinkedIn to our to the show. And it's gonna take me just a second. All right. All right, there we go. All right, shout out to everyone who is joining us from LinkedIn. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. We have one of my favorite guests coming back. We got actually two awesome guests for you today. First guest is Mario Rago. He's the founder of 46 Fitness. Mario is a recurring guest simply because he was willing to come on this show. The first time Mario came on the show, it would have actually been a whole lot easier for him not to come on because he had to face some tough questions from not just me. I really don't think my questions were too hard, but there were some questions from the audience that were really tough. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And he came in, he faced the music, answered the questions. And I applaud him for that, especially when I've got brands that I guess they feel like they don't need my show, which is fine. They tell me no all the time. Some of the brands that I have supported and purchased stuff from. And Mario did this before I had ever bought anything from him. So I do appreciate that. And then another time, another guest canceled on me and Mario jumped in spur of the moment. So I believe in supporting those who support me. And so I am always, Mario's always going to be welcome on this show. I place a high value on brands who see the value in my show. So for that reason, and because Mario shot me a message and said he's got some new products coming out, plus he's got a slight change to how he's doing business. So I'm excited to get him in here. Mario, my man, let's give him a warm welcome. Mario.
Hola. How's it going?
What's up?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, man. It looks like you're in your gym/workshop, so that's perfect. Because yeah, I want you to show me some of these products that I know you're gonna have in there with you. Can you turn your screen sideways so we can see all of when you grab the products, you can bring them in?
Oh yeah, let me try this here.
and that way we can see it.
Oh, I can't see anything. I can't see the video.
There you go.
Oh, here we
I
go.
got you
Okay,
right there. I got you.
there we go. All right. Let's
I was
fix
trying to
this.
hide you, Mario, while you made the changes. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. All right.
All
So,
right.
and as we go through this, we're gonna I'll like go to your website, um,
Okay.
46fitness.com, and in fact, everybody, make sure you are checking out 46fitness.com. But before we talk about that, there's something else I wanted to bring up, and that is I'm seeing more and more content creators, particularly on YouTube, showcasing your products. So, first question I have for you is just how is your brand doing in general as far as building awareness, getting the word out about what you offer for the home gym community? How is that process of kind of getting your name and your brand out there? How's that going?
I was actually just thinking about that earlier today or yesterday, and I've been doing this for almost 2 years. It seems asinine, you know. It seems like I just started, but it's been 2 years, and it was a rough patch. Let's get real. And
Oh yeah.
you know, the arrows are being thrown at the target and hitting their mark. But
Yeah.
you know, because of my previous business experience, I do Facebook ads. I try to create videos here while getting the message across of what the products do and why I designed them and what you can use them for and stuff like that. You know, my ability to design products is, you know, I could do it day in and day out, but releasing them, manufacturing them, get the logistics down, that's really difficult. There's so many products that I literally have in my gym that nobody has in their hands because my previous business model, I thought it was going to work out. Like those curveballs, I really like the curveballs because I learn constantly how to fix, solve, and execute on different levels, which to me, it makes me a better person, a better business person, you know, and collectively. So, you know, I'm a pivot here and there and do a couple things that probably outside of the home gym.
Hey, you're by the way, Mario, you're frozen. Your picture's frozen.
Can you see me now?
Well, I mean, I can see you, but you're frozen like in the middle of a sentence, which is
that's funny.
It's not it's probably just like your connection.
Yeah.
We can hear you, so
Okay.
you know, let's just keep it rolling because it'll be like whenever, you know, if like you have a static image or whatever up. So you're saying like you're gonna keep on going, but I'm saying like as far as people who are content creators. So like Kinsey did your your flex arm. I know that Jonathan from No Fake 24/7 has done some videos about your products, and I've seen I want to say it was Fig Jam, but I'm not sure.
There's Luke. There's Luke.
Yeah,
Luke's Garage.
Luke's Garage Gym. Yeah. So
And,
in terms of just like how's that process coming? Like, do you feel like more content creators are finding out about you and are willing to do videos on your products?
Well, some of it was business oriented where I directed it that way. And like Kinsey was completely organic. She bought the product, she used the product, and I really appreciate the organic videos because it's really genuine. They spend their money on the product. So when they use it, either they, you know, you can love it or hate it or pick the middle ground, but she uses it frequently, you know. I sent her other products because I like her a lot because she literally does this for a job. She trains people and she can give better insight of what her clients use it for, and her clients are across the board in women, men, age group, and so forth, so on. So I really enjoy personal trainers and stuff like that giving me true real world feedback as opposed to like an influencer where, you know, it's really directed towards, you know, getting the content out there, using my product for leverage, for views and this and that. And I just really like people who have a job to do, who need to execute on the job because that's how they support themselves in real life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you see like the value of it as a use case. It's like, okay, this person could, you know, they could use a product from any company, but they're using yours. So I think that there is some ability, and you also get feedback from not just, they'll say, okay, well, like if you said something to me, you'll get feedback from me and my wife, right?
Yeah.
But and you have, all right, full disclosure,
Uh-huh.
Mario, you sent me a couple of things, but um, you've also, if you send it to someone who's a trainer, you're gonna get feedback from all the people they train.
Yeah.
So, you know, if they have like 20 clients, that's 20 people plus them. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that kind of lets you know like what the user friendliness of each product is.
And there's no bias. There's no bias involved. Like my hands are big, right? And
Yeah.
No Fate's hands are small, self-proclaimed small hands. So
Yeah.
when I design things, it really, you know, because his hands are small,
Yeah.
mine is big. The knurling in consideration because females
Right.
use a product also. So all that compiles into designing products now and then
Yeah.
downstream.
And then also you got too, like guys tend to like more aggressive knurling than women do.
Yeah.
So, you know, we might say, oh, well, the knurling could be better. And then, but your product is a hit with women who lift because they're like, oh, that's perfect, you know, because they don't want to fight with the bar or with whatever product it is. Let's go ahead and let's start talking about the stuff you've added since you were last on.
I have them around me. What I can do is just hold them up and then cliff notes it and then just whittle away.
The first thing I want to ask you about is something that you brought up on the show last time you were on, because remember you were workshopping your roller J cups.
Yes.
So I want to see like what's the status of that, and hopefully the screen doesn't freeze.
They're on the site. I took your advice. I shortened up the lip. So
there you go.
Yeah, I listen. You know, it has Durlin roller bushings and there's brass bearings inside here. So I had eight plates on here, and you wouldn't know the difference between the 8 plates or a single bar empty. And
nice.
And it's super nice. It's really
I love
nice.
that. Let me check it out on your let's go check it out on your site right here. So this is a quick view. So those are going to be $274.95, and you've got them for 1 inch. Are you gonna? It looks like the 5/8 option is blanked out. Are you planning on making a 5/8?
It's coming. It's just a capital thing because I did a short batch run of 50, which cost me money. You know.
Sure.
And so as these start selling, I'll get 5/8. I feel bad for the 5/8 people because I have a 1 inch rack, but the 1 inch is more popular, and I have to think of my prolonged. You know.
Oh no! Hey, look, you. I'm not mad at you. I mean, I've got a keyhole rack, and so I can take either 5/8 or 1 inch. So, you know, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah.
These are really nice. Everything I design and want to design, I want it to be on the upper echelon of products and quality and, you know, materials. I'm not really trying to hit a price point on anything. I just want to be the best it could possibly be, theoretically, you know. So that plastic for the roller is Durlin plastic, which is a better industrial plastic than UHMW. So it's going to be
is it easier for you to work with? Because like I know people say UHMW when they actually mean HDPE. So is the Delrin even better than the HDPE as far as on your end to work with?
Well, I get it machined from the CNC machinist. So it's all machined on a CNC lathe.
Okay.
So I don't make them.
So you don't have to worry about it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. The brass bushings I got custom made too that are on front and both sides. Even the bolt that goes through there is a custom bolt. So there's no threads on the bearing surface and only threads on the backside where they engage in the roller J cup. All
right, I'm trying to see if I can get a picture of it. I love that color combination right there. I'm partial to red and black, but so that right there is my favorite one. I love how that looks. And I like how that little low profile right there too. Go ahead.
Yeah, the little detail, like the little detail, even at the bottom right here. Let's see. I put a little swoop right here for looks. Just so it sweeps and it's not squared off at the bottom. So
I like that.
I like things that look really, really nice and beautiful and streamlined, you know, like a supercar. These are not supercar, but you get my point. I'm Italian. That's just what we do.
Hey, there you go. So let me ask you this. You mentioned a bolt. Do you have a retaining bolt at the bottom, you know, so like what I mean is, so like you go and you stick it in, lock it down on you put it on the rack. Do you have a bolt to stop it from sliding from the sway side to side?
Yeah. It's designed so a normal pin or the pins that you have will slide out the back, and then
like a mag pin.
Yeah, a mag pin, and they'll go through this slot right here.
Yeah. Show me the back, because I'm trying to find a. There we go. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I love that, because that side to side, that's one reason why I like Roller J cups. But the fact that you've got that little pass through right there is another big thing too, to let the to stop it from sliding, you know, going side to side. You're trying to center the bar and everything. That's just one of the biggest annoyances.
Yeah, it'll
for
rock.
me.
If it's not pinned, it'll rock, because you're trying to pull left and right on it anyway. So
yeah. So we got a question. I knew this question was gonna come up, and I was like, I know the answer. But I was gonna let somebody else ask it, because it's news.
Let's do it.
So let's go ahead and take this off of here. Are you gonna have these at Home Gym Con?
No, I'm not trying to be drama, but there's two reasons I canceled Home Gym Con. It's cost. I can't afford it.
Fair enough.
I got upgraded from a 10x10 to a 10x20, so I didn't do it, but I would have had to invest more in bigger carpet and a bigger backdrop. On top of bringing all this stuff, I would have to buy an enclosed trailer, which I'd financially can afford, but choose not to afford it. It would have been a $7,000. So collectively, it would have been $12,000, because my family's coming with me into the hotel. And then
so hold on, are you going to be at Home Gym Con? You just not?
I'm just not going to go in general. Okay. Because of what I've got going on and all the bigger things and building the company, I just don't see the value in going.
I got you.
And I honestly, because of the past, I don't want to deal with the drama. I'm a drama-free person, believe it or not, and I don't want to deal with it. You know, it's so childish and ridiculous that I have to defend myself to every person that I meet. What's the point, you know?
I got you. All right. Now it's easy for me to say, well, I don't think Home Gym Con will be like that. But I can't say that. First of all, it's me saying it. It's not you. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not the one. If I say, oh yeah, you'll be fine, and then you go there, and then there's like pitchforks at the door. You know, it's like I'm like, ooh, what am I supposed to say? My bad. You know, you spent all that money.
I'm gonna put you in front of me as a blockade.
You don't want to do that. I had some drama after I left Home Gym Con. I wasn't even aware of. And I was like, oh really? I was like, oh okay, well, hey, but I'm still going. I don't care.
You know, if I go the next year or whatever, there's so many new shows popping up, and it's getting so diverse, and people are catching on. You know, so it'll get more competitive as we go. Whatever. You know, it's not the end all or be all of shows, maybe for the home gym community, but if I'm getting 50% support and 50% hate just because of one stupid ass thing, but I develop all these great products, like I'm not the shallow person here, you know. I just want to sell crap.
I got you. Kurt said, he says, I totally understand, but I was looking forward to meeting you.
There's a lot of people I'd love to meet, you know, like customers, they really wanted me to go. If they want to touch and feel the products, they want to see it in person, because they always see it on Instagram. And it took me a long time to get to the decision of choosing to cancel. And I let time pass, like months and months and months. And there was just one thing that broke the camel's back. And I was like, screw it. You know, if I die tomorrow, nobody's going to miss me. You know what I'm saying? If the Home Gym Con dies tomorrow, nobody's going to miss it. Life will move on. So either way, life pushes on.
First of all, I'll miss it, okay? Because I've been in this community for over 20 years without it. And I remember the bad old days when we didn't have anything like that. So at the same time, I know this is sort of a tangent I hadn't planned on talking about, but one thing that I say is the people who have been home gym owners for less than 5 years don't really know what they have. And I'm saying that what we have as far as opportunities to gather together as home gym owners, even places where we can interact online with other home gym owners, these things are precious resources. And we need to kind of like take care of them like you're supposed to a national park or something, right? Because I remember going on like bodybuilding.com and looking for questions, like maybe I have a question about how to set up something in my home gym, right? It's a training question, but it's not really a training question. It's more like, hey, how do I set up this exercise? And people are like, oh, well, man, they're like, oh, well, you need to just join a gym and then it'll be easy. Ha, ha, ha. Questions like answers like that. And that was my life until really I say maybe 2017, 2018. When people started, and then I became a member of the Animal Forum in 2016. And there were a few people there that had home gyms and we were able to interact there. But as far as like a place to just get together with like-minded people, talk about home gym stuff, to understand you without drama, I
was listening to you earlier in the platform you're creating on YouTube with the non-biased post gym equipment in general. I like, because that's what it's about, letting people know about product, regardless if you like or dislike the company. Obviously, you're not a fan of Titan, but if Titan put it on there, people need to know.
I'm not gonna put it on there, but if somebody else puts something from Titan on there, I'm not gonna like delete it. I'm like, okay, cool.
But this personal opinion, if you have a platform, and let's just say you're an influencer, your job is to let people know you're an influencer of products, and whether it's good or bad, whatever, but. If they want to take a stance and die on the hill, I think everybody always dies on their own on the hill, because life moves on.
I mean, to kind of go with that, I'll say, all right, there's a difference between how I approach all of this stuff and the way that a lot of people approach it. First of all, I'm not approaching it from the standpoint of trying to outfit my home gym. I've had a fully functional home gym since 2005. Okay, everything I wanted, everything I needed in there, and most of the stuff I wanted. Since that point, because I came back from Iraq and I had money, I just bought everything I needed. I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean? I had money, and I had 6 months in a war zone where my downtime was filled up with, working out on makeshift equipment to think about, hey, how do I want my home gym to be, right? Anyway, since that point, everything I've gotten has been an upgrade or it's a nice to have. Okay. But the thing that impacts how I approach this more than anything else is the fact that in college I was going to be a reporter. And it's kind of lost in today's environment. But when you're reporting the news, you're not telling people what you think about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the past, right?
Exactly. It's like the way, like whenever you watch these shows now, it's like a news show. I don't even watch, regardless of your political affiliation.
Yeah, it's an opinion piece.
Yeah, exactly. Like the news stops as soon as I tell you what something means. Yeah. Reporting the news is, hey, there was a fire in this neighborhood. But most news shows now, they'll say, hey, there was a fire in this neighborhood, and the reason there was a fire is because of this and this and this. And so the people need to get together, and the governor of this needs to fix this. That's not news. That's opinion.
Yeah.
And I bring that same thing to the kind of content I put out as far as home gym equipment. I tell you, hey, Mario has roller J cups from 4-6 Fitness. And I stop.
Yeah.
All right. And then that's it. Now, if it's a review that's different, then I approach it like Consumer Reports. What do I think of it? Would I, do I think here's the pros and the cons? You still make your own decision. Yeah. And that's just how I go.
Yeah. Added value. I love talking about added value. Like, how's this piece going to value you, or whatever the case may be. Let me show you this, because you're going to like it. So this is the Black Widow tricep that is in manufacturing. I made 50 of them. It's almost ready to go, but it has a pin in here. And
now, is that on your website already?
Not yet. So I made 50 of these. It's coming, and
Okay.
it has a magnetic pin, and it has a storage here, and then it rotates.
Okay.
So it's on needle bearings. It's super smooth, and it has the same platform as the ISO handle here, and has 32 millimeter diameter handle.
Okay.
And to pin it, it gets locked in place.
So I'm watching you. This is you using it right there in a
Yeah.
post you did on Instagram back in May. You've
Yeah.
had it longer for that. And so the excellent question from Nick Brooks, actually, that I see right there, is that what are you going to be charging for those? Have you figured out a price point yet?
Hopefully, I'm trying to get it to $224.95. I designed it because I bought the American Barbell rotating one, and it looked really nice, and I was using it, and it's not very smooth. So I originally wanted to do a single fixed tricep push down. So I asked everybody, what do you like the best? Do you like rotating or you like fixed? And everybody and their mom said rotating.
Yeah.
I like fixed. For straight up triceps, I like fixed. Rotating is great for overhead presses and a variety of other different things. But so I said, screw it.
I can see that.
I'll design it for both. And
Right.
then you don't need one or the other. And then this is because the American Barbell is metal on metal and there's no bearing surface, or it's not roller bearings.
Right.
I want to make everything roller bearings because of a bad experience with a straight bar I had from a long time ago. So it's ridiculously smooth, and it's super nice.
Now I know why Phil said he doesn't like. I mean, he uses bearings and some stuff, but he doesn't like bearings because he's like basically because the bearings rattle around and they create wear on the inside over time. But I mean, that's for something like a barbell that's going to be hitting that's going to be impact. I don't think you'd have to deal with that with this, right?
No, it also depends on what style of bearings he's using. Because if you theoretically look about it, a wheel bearing in a car is a tapered roller bearing. So those are meant for loads that go up and down. But as soon as you hit that wheel on the side, those bearings are toast. It'll destroy it. So bearings are designed for certain load dynamics and how the forces they're applied. But it's yes or no answer on that.
Gotcha. All right. So what else you got? What else is out now that you got that people can go buy today?
I have this, which is super nice. It's custom knurling, and it's for bands. It's for bands.
Okay.
So you put in your it'll go on 5/8 and 1 inch power racks, and you can put bands on here because a lot of people do band work, and it's a thing. And this is a really nice version of it. So
what's it called?
This comes out. I can't remember what I called it.
I'm just trying to find it on your website.
It should be on new products page.
All right.
And
so looking it up
it also has Derlin bush washers and bushings on both sides, as well as here. It has
I see it.
Rotating.
Okay, I see it.
It's stainless steel shaft. It's really, really nice. And I made a small batch of these also. And
so is that it right there?
Really quick. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So there's that. I also released this recently. It's my spin on a cable rope attachment. I 3D printed these bases. So it's just like the ISO handle.
Okay.
So you can get your hand on here and really push down rather than that typical ball or a nub that's on there.
Oh, it's flat. I see that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I see that.
It's identical to the ISO handle and shape, so it's really comfortable. The thing, I've been using this for a little bit because I use it for the outside of the triceps and that horseshoe area.
Yeah.
And because of the shape and the base is so big, you can put more weight on there. So because of the more weight, it wants to smash the bottom of your fingers. So you have to be vigilant in that, just disperse the load in a different way.
You got a question, manufacturing question. They want to know what material did you use for 3D printing?
This is oh shit.
Mario.
The PLA. I'm sorry. What was it? This is PLA.
PLA. Okay.
I was trying to remember the name of the materials.
I got you.
So this is coming back. It's the lateral raise attachment,
Okay.
and it's out of stock right now. I did the first batch of 50. It sold pretty quick. So
Did you talk about the D handle pair?
no, it's probably at the bottom of it's not in new products because I took it off of there. It's probably in just products at the bottom.
All right.
At the very second page, probably.
Okay. Let's go. You've got like a ton of stuff, man. Since
Yeah, it's right there. It's right
see
there on the right hand side. Yeah.
I see it.
So
yeah.
this is for shoulder work to isolate the sides, and it puts the load on the forearm here as opposed to on your wrist. And
Okay.
it works so effective that you can literally let go of this because all the load.
You don't even have to hold it with your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Nice.
And then
all right. And you said that's coming back in stock soon. When's that going to be back in stock?
They'll come the same time the Black Widow comes. It's all in the same CNC machinist batch. So
I know, but I'm saying it's like 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months.
Probably about 30, 40 days, somewhere around there.
Nice. Okay. So it'll be ready before end of summer. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So then,
all right.
The famous offset handles. We have the rotating version, which are on needle bearings, just the same.
Okay, your offset handle. Let me see here.
Yeah, that'd be at the top.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling. You got that right there.
Yeah. So these are super nice.
And I remember seeing that, and I was like, that makes so much sense because of the the angle of it, how it's going to impact your wrist. I really like that.
So
what's been the response to that so far?
These are very successful. I originally made them fixed, which I personally prefer. I don't use these rotating ones as much as I use the fixed. But the rotating is better for like curls and lateral raises and stuff that your wrist has to move.
Okay.
So then what's coming also is what I also have is this is a underappreciated piece. This is the sumo grip.
Oh yeah, I remember when you came up with that. My question about that is in terms of how much load you can handle.
How much? The question is how much load can you handle? Because it'll take anything. I do.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is pounds. I'm thinking I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm in the wrong section. I'm talking about so you get a loading pin, then you got that. That's what I mean. It's like how could you do I know you could do deficit work, but would you have to be up on a really tall box? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, because
it's not like that.
I designed it because women were doing sumo squats and putting both hands on the dumbbell, and these women are doing 90 pounds on a dumbbell, and their hands are not as big as ours, and I don't even like it, and my hands are big, and they're smashing it. So I designed this to accept the dumbbell, and it just drops in here.
Yeah.
And then you can do sumo squats. The cool thing is you can use this on a barbell too and do pulls on it because the shape is the same, as well as overhead lat pull downs. And then this way you can put a carabiner right here. So it has a lot of uses, and it works really well for a variety of things.
You put a carabiner. Okay. So that's the way. So when I think about doing those, right? When I do those with a loading pin, right? I've seen people do it with oh man, T. Myers was doing these with 5 plates on the loading pin. I've done it with 4 plates on it. So 45-pound plates on a loading pin. And then you do it as a deficit between 2 boxes or whatever. That's what I was like. That's why I was like, I'm thinking about, well, how much weight can this thing handle? Because I'm like, well, how would I even load it to be able to do that?
Yeah,
you got a carabiner. That makes sense.
A lot of the women, there's for glute exercises, and the outer thighs. So, but you can use it for a variety of different things. I put a heavy dumbbell in here, and I go for chest presses.
Okay.
It allows me to not hold two
Get
dumbbells.
that inner chest feel. I
Yeah.
got you. Nice. Okay.
So this is
I
excellent.
really like that actually as a use. So you're not like you're
Yeah.
saying you're not holding two dumbbells like stuck against each other. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, one arm usually fails before the other, and then you're kind of like fighting it.
Then it gets exciting. All right.
It sure does. This is on its way. Also, it's my hand glute roller.
Okay.
And this thing is phenomenal. It's
All
designed
right.
so the V is wider because shoe soles are getting bigger. So the
Yeah.
typical glute roller is a 2x2 angle iron. So this is 4 inches wide by 2 inches deep. And what's
So this
cool
this isn't on there yet on your website yet.
no, it's not. It's coming.
Okay.
I don't know the price of this yet. It has bearings in the wheels. You can put carabiners on here for bands that have tension if you're glute. And what's really cool is it has a flat surface. Nobody in the market has designed something like this. It has a flat surface, so you can use it as to do lunges or side lunges or that type of exercise. And what's really cool is when you're doing your hand glute, because of the flat surface, you can squeeze at the top on your tippy toes, and it hurts. It hurts bad. Like it's very effective.
Nice. All right. So you said something else, and everybody make sure that you guys are checking out 46fitness.com. Also, you're going to follow at 46fitness on Instagram. You get to see all the products that Mario is coming up with. He's also got some videos of himself making the products. You talked about your manufacturing process and things like that on your Instagram. So I highly encourage people to go check Mario out on Instagram at 46fitness, and you'll be able to see a lot of this stuff. Now, something that you mentioned to me is that you are thinking about getting involved with High Rocks. So talk about what's going on there.
So I because I'm trying to diversify outside of the home gym market, I'm looking at more influencers or YouTube videos in the mainstream away from the home gym market. And one person was going to gyms and interviewing gym owners and stuff like that. And this gym owner, it's a high-end gym in California. It's a small gym, but it's gorgeous. And they literally put home gym equipment into their gym, and I wouldn't say thrown in a corner, but outside away from the main gym. And they had the Rogue cable trainer and stuff like that. And he was mentioning how High Rocks is an upcoming thing. Now, High Rocks, they have a collective of products and stuff like that. But I really think it's interesting that there's so many forms of exercises outside the home gym market, because the home gym is like you and you alone, where the High Rocks is more of like a group event because they have competitions and you train for that as if it was an Ironman competition or something similar in all different age brackets. So I'm looking more into those alternative forms of exercises and want to develop products to help them train to get better, more progressive rate things and stuff like that. So I'll be working once I get my manufacturing machines internally and to start manufacturing. I can prototype things that are not expensive to prototype and bring it to market faster. And that's the direction I want to go, because a home gym is not technically home gym. It's gym equipment for the masses. It's just home gym people focus on putting in the garage, but theoretically it's all the same. The sumo squats, I have so many legitimate gyms, like they buy this stuff. The wedge gyms and personal trainers buy it.
Right.
So I really want to think outside the home gym market and expand, my reach collectively.
So I remember, I was talking about Rogue Fitness earlier, and I said that Rogue is not a home gym company, that they're a CrossFit company that with stuff you can use in your home gym.
Yeah.
And the thing that, again, I've had a home gym. I started working out at home in 2001. So I've seen a lot of stuff come and go, but I remember when stuff that was, you had choices as far as home gym stuff, where it was either this rickety stuff that you might get on the Home Shopping Network, or you had stuff because you were training for a sport.
Yes.
Right? And then the third category would be just stuff that you get from like a gym that was shutting down, or like a high school maybe updating their weight room, and you go and you buy that, they put this stuff on, show you how old I am, so they have it in the newspaper, right? You go into classifieds and you go down there. There's again, it's a public service announcement, free community ad. Come to this gym, they're going out of business, or we're upgrading our stuff. Come out, we're having a sale. You can buy the equipment, right? Now I see that people went through this thing where it was like all about just, hey, I want to duplicate what I had at the public gym.
Yes.
Right. But I also need to save space. So it was a bunch of stuff that did a lot of things, right? So think about like a functional trainer. That's a power rack, and I could also have the cable crossover effect or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now I think what we're doing is we're starting to see people swing back a little bit more towards, well, I want to prepare for a competition of some kind. So I need products that I can use to get ready for the competition. So I think even though you're focusing on, not focusing, but you're going to be making stuff for High Rocks, you're still going to get a fair amount of home gym customers, because people who compete in High Rocks who happen to work out at home will want to get it. You're just going to be able to also sell it to people who work like to a public gym, so that it's available for people. Kind of like
it's all one and the
like
same.
A punching bag.
Yeah.
Like a punching bag. You know what I mean? You can sell the same punching bag to a boxing gym that you could sell to somebody's house, right? Because you're using it to improve your punching power, for cardio, all that other kind of stuff. So that's where I see this fitting. My question is, are you in contact with anybody who's putting together the competitions?
No, that would put,
do you plan on doing that?
That would put the cart before the horse, as you would say. You know,
Yeah.
I would rather have a working prototype and submit my offer, because they do have contracts, because they have specific equipment for that event. So because if there's 60 people pushing a sled, they want that sled to be identical. If not, they'll cry because one person lost, and they'll make up excuses of why they lost, because they can't face reality, you know? So,
I get it. But I mean, but there's also the fact that, so this has happened in powerlifting a lot. And I think it's happening a little bit in strongman, but in powerlifting, people will buy stuff because they know, hey, that's the bar we're using in the competition.
Yeah.
And so the sales go up when people find out what bar their competition is using.
Yeah.
Because you know, like 6 months away from your competition, what you're going to be doing that year. Like, hey, what bar are you using? You know, and so that helps to drive sales.
If I can figure something like that out, that'd be amazing for me, right? Because it would just shine light on the company, and regardless of sales, just overall. But I would also like to mention that they're using, what's the original rower? The name of it?
The Concept 2?
Yeah, that's literally a tool they use. So remember when Rogue came out with their own model? Life moves on, and it has like a rebirth into theirs. So they're not being affected by what Rogue did, because Rogue owns the market on CrossFit, literally. You know.
I mean, to be honest with you, Concept 2 doesn't care. I mean, they lost some market share a little bit, but I mean, they have, believe it or not, indoor rowing competitions, and you've got and a huge part of the Concept 2 market is collegiate rowing teams. So I was talking to, this kind of a side note. So I remember I was talking to a lady. She had a rowing app, and she said that she used to do. She was a rower in college, and whenever they weren't able to get out on the water, they'd have a Concept 2 rower, and they'd have rows and rows of it.
Yeah,
like rows of them, because the entire team's got to be able to go at the same time.
Yeah,
because you've only got, hey, practice is from this time to this time. We don't have time for you to take turns. Everybody go get on a rower, right?
Yeah.
And so, I think Concept 2 will be just fine.
So I'm pushing like that. I'm excited to get the machines in and up and running like I used to do in the past, like a rapid prototype, like nobody's business. I can bring products I've designed to actual market at a way faster rate. It's not really about the tariffs. It's about my ability to expand and grow, and with control. Because right now, when you make overseas, you literally have to wait so long. There's no way I saw myself at this point in 2 years. I thought it'd be 2 times further down the road, but
Right.
because they take so long to manufacture, I really didn't anticipate that with their manufacturing power that they have over there.
Well, and then you don't have anybody overseas, as far as I know, who could be your advocate on the ground to be like, hey, can y'all speed this up? Hey, I don't like, I got this stuff in and this batch wasn't up to standard, and that can kind of mess things up for you too.
Yeah, I did find a better manufacturer, and I was working with them, but they ended up taking a long time. So unless you're like let's just say arbitrarily a rep, where you have stupid amounts of capital and you're their key customer, they're gonna set you aside because they're more concerned about the big dollar type purchasers. Sure. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Everything, my ability and my attention to detail is so high, and I can match that one for one now. And self internal audit,
All right, so I only got a couple more questions. It's a lot of this is stuff that I meant to ask you last time you were on, and I forgot.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
or we ran out of time. So you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
You actually, I think you said you have 2 YouTube channels, but
yeah, accidentally.
yeah, that's okay. So the first thing is, so this is the YouTube channel, and so people can see that a lot of stuff that's on here are things that you could. If somebody follows you on Instagram, they'll see some of these videos as well.
Yeah.
But because you've got this channel, this kind of gives you, and for anybody out there who doesn't know this, if you've got a YouTube channel, once you have enough subscribers, and I see you, Joey. What's up, Joey Echeverria? What's up, my man? And Jameson, what's up, man? But if you're a content creator, you have the opportunity, once you get a certain number of once you get some traction, you can put your stuff in the YouTube shopping thing, right? And so somebody who does a video that has your product in the video can tag that in, like they can add it to the YouTube shopping button. So for example, I did a video where I was using your I was using your tricep press down bar, right? Well, if you're in the YouTube, if you've added that to the YouTube shopping, I could just tag it, add it to the shopping button. And it's kind of like almost like an affiliate link, right?
Yeah.
Except you don't have to set up anything. You just have to say, okay, you give access to your Shopify store. So I know we already talked about that, and you said you're going to try to do it. Were you going to get that going?
I did it. It says it's active. I didn't search and pry and beta test anything, but it says it's active, and all the products should be on there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
I'm going to try that later then.
I listened to you. It might take me a little bit of time because I have so much going on. I can't just sit there and focus on some things, but
right.
I do go back and be like, hey, he's right. I need to go do that. So it hooked up, and it should be active.
So basically, for example, Kinsey can go and she can add the flex arm to the YouTube shopping button. Jonathan did a video about a product from you. I forgot what it is, but he can add that. And then, like I said, that tricep press down bar, I can add that to the show. I'm going to do that as soon as the show is over, as a matter of fact. Because that's huge. That's huge.
I think so.
But what is the goal for your YouTube channel in general?
So because I made a mistake and have 2 accounts, I'm going to have one that's the Force 6 Fitness account, and then Force 6 Fitness reviews, because I train. Like my whole goal and things is to literally build muscle. That's why I make this stuff, it turned into a business, but at the same time, the purpose is to get fit and build muscle. So I buy a lot of the products. Like anyway, I did a review on that leg pad thing, and when time permits, I want to do reviews on products that I use, even reviews on my products, because who's going to give you the maybe bias, but a comprehensive review on why it was designed, what's in it, and all the technicalities behind it, and what you can use it for, as well as other products. Like I have the Rep adjustable dumbbells, and I've used them like 4 times. I always go back to my regular dumbbells because I can use straps. The pin gets in the way, but at the same time, they go up to 120 pounds where I don't have that on my normal dumbbells. So, the pros and cons on that. And
Sure.
that's wishful thinking based on time. When I get the extra time to do such things, I have the capability, but
Right.
now that I'm manufacturing and I want to bring stuff out, my time is displaced because everything is just me. So I'm welding, I'm sanding, I'm just driving the powder, and you know how it goes.
Yeah. So last question for me: if anybody's interested in grabbing any of your stuff, grabbing some Roller J cups, anything like that, where can they go to buy any of the products that we talked about here today?
So 46fitness.com is the website. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook too, but if you hit me up on Instagram, I'll respond. Most of the products I make, there's videos on Instagram of me using it, and that's a good place to go see them in use where I'm actually training, when I train, and you could see it there. If you have any questions, or like Roller J cups, they're going to be in 3 different colors. If you want the nameplate to be black on black, I can make that happen.
Okay.
So there is a minor diversity. I'm going to start incorporating more colors into more products because I personally like also the colors, and I know a lot of people do too. And it just makes the room pop than everything black on black. So I'm going to start incorporating more color options down the road. It'll be more available once I get internal powder coating down the road, and then I'll have a better option because when I could powder it myself, the powder coater doesn't have to charge more to change colors just for one thing. So
awesome. Well, my man, I appreciate you for being on here again. Stay the course, man. I think you're really starting to find your footing as far as what your products, like where you can add value to the community and make products. I can kind of tell that a lot of the stuff you make is stuff that you wish you had. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm gonna make this for me, and other people might like it too. And I applaud you for doing that. So thanks for coming on the show again, and I'll talk to you later. All right?
You got it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. All right, that was Mario Rago from 46 Fitness. Make sure you guys are going to his website. Check out 46fitness.com. Also follow him on Instagram, 46fitness. And go ahead. He's got a YouTube channel as well. So go ahead and subscribe to 46 Fitness on YouTube. Let's see. It is 7:59. So let's go ahead and pretend it's 8 o'clock and say shout out to the Mountain Time Zone. Thank you for joining us here on Up Way Too Early with Garage from Life. In my humble opinion, this is the best live at-home fitness talk show on planet Earth. And in fact, you know what? Until I hear different, it's the best in the universe. All right. If you go in space, we'll still be the best live home fitness talk show out there. Okay. And that is because of you guys and because we have cool guests. And that includes my next guests who are coming on. I got my guys, Carlos and Alex from Synergy Custom Fitness. I can honestly say that these guys broke the internet when they unveiled their adjustable dumbbell. And I was humbled, grateful that they chose to do that on this show. Well, you guys gave them a ton of feedback about the dumbbells, about the dumbbell storage, rather. They don't sell dumbbells. They sell dumbbell storage. That's an important distinction. And so they've taken your feedback. They're coming back to show you guys where they are with that project, as well as talk about some other stuff that they have coming up. So once again, please show your love for Alex and Carlos. Let's go. What up? Let's go.
Let's go.
What do my wife's relatives say? Dale.
Dale.
That's it.
That's
All
right.
right. So let's jump right into it, man. I am so glad you guys are here, and not just because I like you, but also because I want to see. So full disclosure, Carlos told me that you guys have made updates, but he didn't tell me what they were. All right. So I don't know either. So I am ready to see what you guys have done with the adjustable dumbbell storage. I'm so excited. You lucky I said hello. What is? Show me what you got. What's going on, man?
What's happening, John? It's good to be
Man.
here again, man. Thanks again for the opportunity.
Oh man, you can come on here every week if you want.
No, thank you, man. How's this sound coming? Sound good?
Everything sounds good. Alex, go ahead, say hi
Yeah,
to
I'm
everybody.
good, man. I'm
We're
good.
good.
I'm gonna let Carlos run the show today.
Oh, there you go. That's relaxing. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna say what's that? What they call it? Like your aura. You got the big boss aura. All right. So go ahead, Carlos. What you got for us?
Well, thank you. Yeah. So there's a couple of things. Actually, there's a few things we want to share with everyone today. But first, we want to lead off with the adjustable storage that we've been working on, because the feedback that we received during that first call was very helpful. So we went to work as soon as you gave us some feedback. And if you want, I can share the screen. Let me share some stuff. You guys probably want to see some things.
Yes.
I think that's always helpful.
I'm vibrating over here. Stop burying the lead, Carlos. Let's go.
Let's do that. Share screen. I think it's this one. This is it. Let me know if you see the screen. This is what you see the screen?
Not yet.
Yeah. Boom.
There you
Got
go.
it.
All right.
All right.
So this is what we talked about last time we got together. We showed you the adjustable storage. The one you see here is the Bravo. This is as you guys saw it with the both flex, I believe, on recall right now, right?
Okay.
So what we did is we listened to what you were saying, and one of the feedback that we got was there was a split in the room between the plates where the dumbbells will sit, whether we add lips to them or not. And there was a couple of ideas. One was a reversible one. Can we do a reversible so you can choose to have or not have? We tested that a theory, and that did not work. But so a decision had to be made, and we decided to go with the lips. So we've added the lips to be able to add that peace of mind or extra confidence that your dumbbells, and this is 90 degrees, right? Your dumbbells are not sliding off, right? But now we've added this, and I will believe this makes it that much more solid than even before. I'll show you a couple more screenshots here so you can see, and I have one actually on my desk. I can hold it up to the camera too. So we upgraded dumbbells too. All right. And this is what that will look like. This is one version of it loaded with accessories. Of course, you can get this in 3 different sizes. You can also just get the arms too by themselves if you have an extra upright, and you can set it up however really you want. So that is the main change that we have made. We added the lips as most people requested, and we feel this is not just flexible, but this looks so cool. And once you see it, guys, you got to come to the booth. You have to see this. You have to pick it up. You have to feel it. You have to see how strong this really is. So let me pause for a second.
Hey, Carlos, if you don't mind, let me just piggyback on that. John, aside from having the full on display, we're going to have the arms loose. In other words, up front, we're going to have it on the table so you can be able to pick it up, hold it, and understand, see the durability of this sucker. So you're going to be able to hold it and say, man, this is definitely top of the line. So yeah, the purpose of that is it's important that you can feel it, touch it, smell it, whatever you want to do with it, man.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, Carlos. I'm gonna take the your shared screen off for a second because you said you've got one there.
Yep.
To show. So let me go ahead and remove that, and I'll just make this large.
It's heavy, but so this is the actual one here. It is very strong, very thick. We actually have 1/4-inch sheet metal here, and 21 inches long. So this is going to be your largest adjustable dumbbell. So
okay. All right, so let's use that. I'm sure he's probably smelled it enough times. Borderline wants you to sniff it. So that actually answers like 2 other questions. All right, so the first question was from Eric, and then he said he emailed about whether you're gonna have it at Home Gym Con. He's waiting to hear back. Wait no longer, my friend. They're gonna have it at the booth, and they want you to go by their booth and check it out. Joey also wanted to know about that. So the next question is a follow-up from Joey, who is the official Carp's Home Gym correspondent, apparently. And he said he wants to know if the arms will be available to purchase or if you're just going to have something to show.
So we are going to have something to show. And that one that we're going to show is already being grabbed by somebody.
All right.
So it's crazy, John, and I guess I'll give a lot of credit to being on the live call with you, to your audience. We have gotten so many emails to Eric and Joey and many more. So many emails that have been sent requesting and asking, when is this going to be live? When is it going to be live? Why are you going to have a Home Gym Con? I know some of you are trying to bring this home. So if you put me back on the screen, I'll show you what we are going to have there.
Solo? Okay.
The presentation.
Oh, okay. Hold up. All right.
Okay. So besides the arms that are sort of already committed, we're bringing these 3 sets to Home Gym Con. Exactly these same colors. Maybe a different variations of accessories, but these are going to be there for everyone to see and touch. The red one is going to actually be a giveaway for VIP ticket holder.
Nice.
Home Gym Con.
I love it.
This is our best, biggest, most our best model because it's the tallest, right? So it gives you the more versatility of all. And this is the one we're going to give away for VIP. I believe this is going to be in the main hall in the room as people come in. I don't. This is not going to be in our booth. It's going to be in the main hall.
Let's find out. Jake, can you answer? Jake is watching right now. Jake, can you answer if that is going to be in the main hall, not necessarily at their booth? Just when you get a second, I don't know if he's like out and about driving, but all right. So go ahead.
Yeah, and if so that's sort of the plan. So these other 2, and everything else we're gonna have a Home Gym Con is going to be 40% off floor models. Now, typically companies will go day 1, they start discounting their products. Day 2, they start going deeper. We're just gonna give you the best discount we're gonna give you since the beginning.
Nice.
We're just not gonna do that. We're just gonna give you 40% off right off the bat. And we if you go to our site, there is a link, a dedicated link with every product we're bringing, and you can just pre-purchase right now and don't have to fight it off over there with the crowd. I don't. These 2, this adjustable storage are the only ones that are not live on our site yet. But
so this is the. I'm sorry for cutting you up, but
yes,
I'm on your site now. You guys can see it. So this is it right here.
Yes.
So go to synergycustomfitness.com, and then I'll show you about how I got there. So this is your home page, and I just went across the top to Home Gym Con floor models, and basically that's everything you're bringing. You can pre-purchase right there. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Let me take that off. All right.
Now, these adjustable storage cards are not there yet. Okay. They will be there Tuesday. Okay. Tuesday, this product is going live. You'll be able to see the final pricing, which we are doing the best that we can to offer the best possible price without compromising its quality, versatility, and without compromising our mission to why we build products. So we're getting all those final details Tuesday. You should be able to go online, see them. We're not going to have a pre-order with these. Actually, you're going to be able to purchase already, and you'll get an estimated delivery time when you purchase. But
Joey wants to know exactly what time they're going to be available. It's like I said, there's an alarm clock. Let's get a window of time between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever. Like when, or do you guys not kind of? I know that sometimes there's a lot of stuff on the back end that affects when you can make something available. So let's just narrow it down. Will it be available as far as in the morning, or is this more like, by end of day Tuesday?
I will say end of day Tuesday. Okay. But it would be done if you want a window, the window will be between 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. That's better than what Boulder's Lion said.
Yeah, one thing to add, aside from being able to purchase these, they will be able to already place an order should they want to, correct, for new? Just want to make
Yes.
sure that's clear for everybody. And the other thing is, since it's not a pre-order, it's not you're not going to receive these unrealistic timelines of 3 or 4 months. It's going to fit within our existing timelines that we have at our website. So they're going to be very reasonable when we'll be able to ship them.
So somebody could order it Tuesday, go to Home Gym Con, come home, and it's waiting for them?
Well, the time, I'll let Carlos answer the timelines.
I mean, let's say they live in Florida. I'm just thinking.
Right. So we make every product to order, right? Every order that comes in goes into fabrication, and we start making them. So our timeline right now is 2 to 3 weeks for really any product.
Okay.
So it will fall within that timeline.
Perfect.
To Alex's point, it won't be a 2-month wait or 3-month wait like pre-orders normally work.
No, that's reasonable. Let me ask you one more question before you go on. And this is about the adjustable dumbbell storage, because I want to make sure I get this before. This is a good question for Boda's lines. He wants to know about, because of how sturdy it is, he's got hundreds, wants to know if it can handle, like, let's just show it that what's the heaviest weight it could handle in terms of dumbbells?
We've tested this with 400 pounds.
All right, there you go.
And after we put 400 pounds on it, I stood on it. I should have taken a picture of that, man. So, but obviously, the heaviest of adjustables are going to have no problem with this. You put 100, what is it, 120, 125, the heaviest? Someone correct me. But possibly. So that's going to take it with no issue. Once you go and see it and touch it and smell it, like Alex says, and you pick it up, we're going to have the arms there loose with the purpose for you to touch it and see it and kind of feel the quality. And so there'll be no problem with 100 pounds whatsoever.
Nice. All right. Now so that answered that question, and let's go ahead. All right, now go ahead.
John, if I can clarify. So Tuesday, there'll be 2 listings that'll go live. One, it will be the listing for these 2 items you're seeing on the screen under the floor model, Home Gym Con floor model page.
Okay.
And then there will be the regular listing for the actual products for the Bravo, the Alpha, the Delta, and the single arms. And those will be, regular price. We're still trying to decide if we're going to have an introduction promo for them for a short time, just to allow people to take advantage of that. But those will be in the regular shop.
Okay.
That listing.
Okay. All right. What else you got for me?
So, I just want to reiterate our commitment to growing our ecosystem, because I think this really is something this is how we keep ourselves in check, right? Is those 3 things that we always talk about. How do we create an ecosystem that is really going to benefit our clients in the long run? We always, when we design and develop things, we're always thinking not just in our future clients, but we're thinking of our current clients, customers that have purchased our products. How can we enhance their products that they already own? So having that in mind. Yeah.
Carlos, I'm sorry, but I hate to add something. Not just our future clients, but our past clients. The intent on those that previously purchased, what can we do that we can add that wasn't thought of back then, that we can add benefit to what they purchased 6 months ago? Just wanted to add that.
And a lot of times when we're in the product development stage of it, that's a big question we ask. And I particularly bring this up a lot, is like, but will this work for the client who already owns it? Will they, what else will they need to buy? Then can we then change the design so they don't have to buy that part and they can just add this to it, and so on and so on. We really want to keep the compatibility of new items as high as possible. So the next upgrade that we've been working on has to do with our horizontal racks. And we have 3 lines of horizontal racks. We have our Bravo, which is our shortest, our Alpha, and then our newest introduced is the Delta, the blue on the back. One of our best sellers is the Alpha. That sells more than all the other ones. The Delta is very new and is quickly really catching up to Alpha in a very short time. It's a very tall rack that has 5 tiers, go have up to 6. So our question, so what we've done is this is the Delta that we have been now selling a lot. So what we're doing is we're rolling out something that we feel is really, really cool. So I'm going to show you a quick video, and we've been working with prototypes. Time has been very tight to get all the final details. So what I'm going to show you is some renderings of what we've been working on, and we're still finalizing some things. But we wanted to keep our promise, and we wanted to show you and the community what is it that we're working on, and then we'll answer some questions. First, just a very short video of what is it that we are rolling out.
Oh.
So this is not the slide out tier, but we call it the roll out tier. So what we have noticed is the interest but also the requests that have come in. Are you guys ever going to do something like this? So we been working on turning that lowest tier into a rollout. So you can take your heaviest dumbbells, you can roll this out. Now we call it rollout is because this tier is sitting on high capacity rollers. When I say high capacity, these are 4,000 pound capacity rollers that is sitting on, right? With guides. Now, if you notice, and I'll show you another angle here, right?
Okay.
Let me go back here. If you notice, we are using the same brackets that we use that our clients purchased 2 years ago. So someone who owns one of our racks, whether it's the Alpha, the single post, or the double post storage horizontal, can upgrade their bottom tier without changing the whole thing.
Okay.
This could be transferred to any of the current lines that we have. Let me show a couple more slides here. I believe that could be my last one there.
So let me ask you this. I know you said you want to take questions after, but I can't wait. What would be the clearance? So I've got a ton of kettlebells. So if I wanted to put my kettlebells on the bottom, would there be enough clearance for my heaviest kettlebell is 100? It's a 102. Would there be enough clearance for that? Because the handle, it's like big.
Yeah, that's a great question. We designed these racks with that in mind. We wanted to give flexibility to the customer, right? To you. So with our system, yes, it could be as much clearance as you need to, because each tier in our rack could be adjusted to whatever height you need.
Okay.
So in this example you're looking at, this is the Delta horizontal rack that could be purchased with 5 tiers or 6 tiers. So if you want extra clearance on the bottom, then maybe you want the 5 tiers instead of the 6. But you can always remove another tier and make it a 4 tier if you wanted to, and have just ample space.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. All right. So go ahead. I cut you off. I didn't want to forget my question. And I see all you guys other questions. We have one more question about let's see here for the I think Jake is possibly asking about this. Is this adjustable? I think that was the last one as far as the and then Jared has a question about your adjustable dumbbell storage that we can come back to after we finish this.
Okay. So we are going to we're going to have 2 prototypes of this at Home Gym Con. We're going to have one for 70 inch. Now, if you notice, what you're seeing here is a 70-inch wide rack. And we're going to have that, and we're going to have a 43-inch. And you'll be able to go there, roll it in, roll it out, test it, and see how it is. We'll have it there at Home Gym Con. This is still in the final stages of making some tweaks to it. But we anticipate in the weeks to come, this will be available. to purchase and to add to your current rack or any new purchases?
Hey, Carlos, if I may, John, one of
Yep.
the things that was important for us on the 70-inch was the fact that there isn't a divider. In most cases, if you're using a pullout, you would tend to split that in two. So what
Okay.
that does, you lose space. So rather than having, four sets, you may be limited to having three sets
Right.
or lower weights. The fact that we have it in one complete row, you can put your heavy duty weights and maintain the same amount of sets that you would have if it were not a rollout. Just wanted to add that.
Sure, sure. Okay, I appreciate that. Um, all right, so are you ready to take questions about this?
Absolutely, yes. Go for it.
All right. So I'll go. So if you guys have any questions about this, go ahead and just keep on throwing them in there. But I'll start with something that I wondered is with this rollout. So depending on how you set it up. So if I were doing it, I'd have like I guess my 70 on the left side, if you're facing the rack, and my 95 on the right. Okay, all the way to the right. So when I'm rolling it out, do you guys have a mechanism in there so that it rolls out? It doesn't get offset. You know what I'm saying? As you're pulling out because of the weight of a heavier dumbbell on one side, and then also how difficult would it be to roll out? Obviously, if you're gonna go use a 90-pound dumbbell, you should be strong enough to roll it out. But it's not just the 90-pound dumbbell; it's the weight of all the dumbbells on that shelf. So how smoothly does this move when it's fully loaded?
So it's going to have guides.
Okay.
So it has guides that keeps it from moving off track, right?
Okay.
Because when fully loaded is so heavy that even
Yeah.
with the rollers, if it goes off track, you're not gonna be able to slide this to the side back in track. So yes, so that there will be guides to keep it in track. That's
Okay.
number one.
Right.
And Carlos, if I may add, it's not your typical guides that need to. The flexibility about ours is that you're going to be able to pull it out, and if you want to pull it out 5 feet away because you want some clearance, you'll be able to roll it out 5 feet away, and then roll it back in. And the guides are basically just to keep it in line. Sorry about that. It's just keep it all in line. So the guides are just since these are also heavy duty skids that we've used, they're pretty stable. They're not meant to wobble. So they're already pretty set in line. The guys that we're having probably will give you a clearance of maybe a quarter of an inch to 3/16. So you don't have to be. One of the things that we wanted to make sure is that you don't need two people on each side to make sure
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
perfectly aligned. You want to have
Right.
flexibility. You're in the middle. You're going to put it in and make sure that you have, whether it's an eighth of an inch on each side, full quarter of an inch, that you can pull it in very simply and pull it out simply as well. So yeah, I just wanted to add that.
No, that's good information because nothing will put me in a recliner rage faster than if I'm in a hurry. Because that's when all this stuff happens when you're rushing, right? You're like, oh, I only have I got 5 minutes. I have to get everything put away and get out the door. And you're rushing, and then it comes off track, and now you're just sitting there like, oh, okay. I just have to leave it and come back and try to fix it later. So I like that attention to detail. Joey, I assume that was Joey calling you just now trying to place an order for the adjustable dumbbell storage, but he wants to know, let me put it on screen. He said, does that rollout shelf have cradles where it can fit a very specific number of dumbbells, or will you be able to pick the spacing based upon your dumbbell size?
There's no cradle, so you can pick whatever spacing you want. You can also choose, because you're using our existing racks. I should have one here to show you, but because we're using our existing racks that are holding the crossbars, you can choose if you want those center, more forward, or more back, or you can put a flat shelf on them. So if you're gonna have kettlebells and you want a flat surface, you can put a flat shelf there too as well. Now, as far as cradles, I've got something. I'll talk about it in a minute. I guess that's what we'll talk about next. But it's something that we're working on also.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We got any more questions here?
And what you look, John, to your question earlier too. It is obviously you're putting 600, 700, 800 pounds on it, right? But again, because of the quality of the rollers, it's not breaking your back, right? I mean,
Right.
you're not using a finger, okay? You're not pushing it with your finger. You're putting both hands on it. It's going right back. You're pulling. It's coming right back out. It surface makes a difference, of course. If you put this in carpet, it's going to be different.
Sure.
And that was a challenge with us bringing it to Home Gym Con, right? We don't want to put this on carpet. No one has carpet in their home gym. Maybe some people might, but most people don't. And home in our booth, we're going to have carpet. So we're trying to figure out, actually, we already have a plan for that because we don't want to roll it on carpet.
I mean, that kind of goes back. So this actually ironically goes back to a conversation I had, I think last week, where we're talking about carpet in the gym. And you potentially, if you had it in, so my first job out of college was at a gym. And actually, I ended up working at a YMCA and at another gym, and both of them had carpets in the weight room. But they would put mats, so they put essentially a stall mat underneath anywhere like a dumbbell could fall. So even if somebody had a carpet, you would assume, or at least I would, still have some sort of rubber mat underneath it, because if the dumbbell falls, right?
Right.
But I can still see you still wouldn't want to have very thick pile carpet, because if you do that, that's gonna you're gonna run into the problems anyway, because it'll start to stink a little bit. It'll make it difficult to roll something that heavy out. You got a couple people telling you hello. So Carp said hello. Ashley said she cannot wait to see you guys in a week. So that's 2 people coming to your booth right there. Plus Joey. I know Joey's headed to your booth. Jared had a question. This is actually about the adjustable dumbbell storage. He said, I've been kindly harassing someone on IG about the keyhole upright. So what can you say about can you give any feedback about the keyhole upright for the adjustable dumbbell storage? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay.
So right now there really is no plan to add a keyhole to our uprights. We do have an adapter that will allow you to use those smaller bolts, and if you have the smaller hole, and then we can provide those. That's no problem. That's how we attach all of our accessories to these big 1-inch holes by using those adapters.
All right. All right, Joe. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Catch you on the replay. So Kurt said this is awesome. He said he made a plate cart that was much less refined, but in the same spirit while he was stationed in Texas. So I assume that when he gets a second to get away from the strongman throwdown, he's probably going to swing by your booth as well. Also, something I don't know is after hours, the past few years of Home Gym Con, we were able to go into the expo room after hours to see stuff if because this is going to be crowded. So I'm assuming you guys will, I guess this may be more of a Jake question, but whether there will be access after hours for people to check stuff out. And then for you guys, since you're going to be at the live show with me, we're ending, I promise. We're at 8:00. The live show will already be over, would have been over for 5 minutes. Okay. So we can give people time to get to the early access, and because they're going to want to go to your booth to check out what you guys are going to have there. Will you guys, will you have somebody at your booth, or are both of you going to be at my live show?
We'll have somebody. There'll be others there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anybody who because I know that some people, the reason I bring that up is because Carp is competing in the strongman, or maybe the grip competition. I can't remember. I think he's doing the strongman throwdown, and I think the athletes have to do something at 8:00. So, and then their competition starts, at 10 o'clock time. So in order for them to be able to get over to check out your booth, I'm just making sure that somebody will be there.
Oh yeah,
people in that situation. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we're bringing the whole family, so everyone will be there.
Okay, so the answer to that is it will be locked up after hours, so you don't have to worry. Plus side, you don't have to worry about your stuff walking off. On the downside, everybody better make sure that they get in there during the actual time of the expo. Ashley says she is obsessed with the rack, so I'm going to say that she is definitely going to be at your booth. What has been some of the feedback that you guys have gotten? Because nobody's really seen this before today, but just in turn, like to the people who have seen it, what's been some of the reaction that you've gotten from people so far?
Well, number one word I've gotten is finally another option for a rollout. There aren't too many options out there for something like this. We know Prime Fitness makes a great product, and you know when we decided another reason we decided to go with rollouts because it is extremely expensive to make this with slide outs. It is extremely expensive. It will make this product so expensive, maybe even out of reach for most, and we did not want to be at that point. We feel this will actually be more will last longer. I mean, this will last a lifetime. I mean, the way this is built is.
And the slide out would have been a bit challenging to incorporate into previous clients that have purchased previous customers. So again, the whole intention is what would work best for previous, current, and future. That's the key thing. And without disrupting the limitation with the amount of dumbbells that you're, because if you're all of a sudden changing it and you need to have two separate pullouts, in this case, or rollouts, I'm sorry, I think that would probably ruin the objective here. The intention is keeping the same amount of weights, pull it out, and even the thought as far as let's be able to pull it out completely and be able to roll it out 5 foot out, 3 foot out, 10 feet out, because of the weight, so you can have enough space. So again, space saving is the intention, and storage also. So we killed, I think, eight birds with one stone in this one.
Yeah. I think so. Ashley says Synergy sets the standard with racks. Just I love both of my vertical storage racks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that.
I can tell you, man, that one of the things that's a tribute to how well designed this is with the adjustable dumbbell storage. That was more in the concept phase. So you had a lot of people like saying, well, why don't you try this? And what about that? Or whatever, right? With this, people are just like, oh, well, okay, cool. When can we see it? When is it available? I can't wait to see it. Is there anything else about this product that you guys want feedback on from the community?
100%. In fact, the main purpose why we really wanted to bring prototypes to Home Gym Con and not miss the opportunity, because we want to hear from the public. We want to hear from you. We want to hear you. And this is where the best ideas come from. I think we've mentioned this in other calls that we've had. Most of our ideas come from people like you. You guys are using these products on a daily basis, and I mean we all are, but you do it at a different level. You know what I mean? And so you will want to make sure we hear you. That's why we make the changes to the adjustable, and that's why we want to take this. We're gonna be there taking notes, hearing feedback. We're not going to be there defending this. The purpose is not to defend why we did this, is to hear people out, and any idea that really makes sense and that passes through our process of approving forward. We're willing to put it down and apply it.
All right.
So. We're excited. We're really excited about this. So yes, please bring out the ideas. Come to the booth and let us know what you think.
All right. Now so you guys are getting to you may not be there yet, but you're going to be there soon. Where assembly is going to start becoming more complicated for someone who doesn't like someone who's entering. So let's just use me, right? So I don't have any of your racks yet. So if I come out the gate and buy something, it would probably be something like this, right? So that means there's going to be a certain assembly component. But even for somebody who already has 2 of the vertical storage, there's going to be an assembly component. Well, how do I attach this? Are you guys going to have assembly videos to show people how to put these together? Or if you even already have something like that, I don't know. Let's talk about that a little bit, because that's like the number one thing that I see with brands. Like, I'm trying not to say people's names. So I've gotten several products in the past 2 years that were great from multiple companies. So I'm not just talking about one company, where the instructions for how to put it together were challenging. And if I didn't do this kind of stuff all the time, I don't know how I would have been able to put it together. And in fact, in one case, I ended up having to call somebody. We ended up having to do, like, what do you call it? What's that thing from the show? You call a friend from that game show, where you call a friend like, hey, let's FaceTime to see if we can put this thing together. Because when you're making it, you're around it all the time. So to you, it's like, oh yeah, you put it together, it's easy, right? Somebody who sees it for the first time is like, whoa, how do I do this, right? So are you guys going to have assembly videos for your products as the ecosystem grows?
We could. The goal is to keep it simple enough where a simple paper instruction will show anyone how to do it. And
Right.
So far we have accomplished that.
Right.
Now, never say never, right? Because you don't know how complex things could get. I think that's what you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
But as of right now, the goal of designing, that is one of the points, topics that we always talk about, right? We're trying to stay away from those overcomplicated steps or pieces as much as possible. So,
and John, we try to keep it a simple 5-step process to achieve it. Let's say, just to give you an idea, if you need 48 pages to display how to assemble this, we're completely off track. That's
right.
The key point is,
I can tell you some horror stories.
Yeah, I'm one that I hate, assembly instructions. I put it off to the side, even though it takes me 3 or 4 times to build it. So the assembly instructions is in 1 page, maybe 1.5 pages. If we can't achieve that, again, we try to go back to the drawing board on what can we do to simplify that for you.
So I'll tell you one story, again, not mentioning the name of a company. So we get this product in, and it didn't come to my house. So I wasn't even there with the person, but they get it. There are no instructions, and it's a power rack functional trainer combo. And they have to figure out how to put this thing together, how to run the cable. And this is their first time ever assembling anything like that. And it took literally, and it's not like, they don't have anything else to do. They've got a full-time job. They've got all that. It literally took 2 days of trying to figure this out. And I was like, oh, well, and I'm FaceTiming like, well, this is somebody in my family. It's like, well, other functional trainers in the past I've seen do this, right? And I hadn't tried to put that thing together either. This is like my first time, whatever. So I've seen some horrible whatever. And I'm not the only one. So Boulder's line says instructions designed by engineer, but not double checked by someone in a user's shoes, right? He says 3 days later, I get off the ground wondering what I did. So yeah, I 100%. So let's see, we got a few more minutes we can talk about here.
I got something else I can show you that we're bringing also.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of requests. Okay.
Why don't you just share your screen for your computer in general and just show me everything? Show me all your files, and we'll go ahead.
So how about those round dumbbells, right? We get a lot of people that buy that own this type of dumbbells, and they ask about cradles, right? Saddles for this type of dumbbells. If you can show on the camera, I'm going to show something I have in my hands.
All right, so get this So take this off screen and make you
Right.
give you solo. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
so what you guys have seen something like this. This is a cradle that comes in most racks, right? Normally, hold on. Normally look more like this, right? And they're
Yeah.
drilled into the metal, into the place. The problem with this ones, in my opinion, is that they is a set position, right?
Okay.
And you end up losing a lot of space,
Yes.
which is kind of a kind of a problem. We're trying to solve a problem and trying to save space, and this does a little bit of the opposite. Um, so we wanted to introduce something like this, but we have two issues. One is that we kind of don't like the idea of so much wasted space in between. The other one is we don't like the idea of here comes out of the question again is what happens to our previous customers, the customers that have already bought their clients. How do we get this on their racks? Because we would have to now punch holes in all of the support beams that we use for the dumbbells. And then so what we did is we designed something that is going to magnetically attach to the rack.
Okay.
This solves the two problems. One is all of our previous clients can immediately get this when they are available, and they can put them on the racks at whatever. And then it solves the other issue of you set the space that you want depending on your sets and what you have. Don't need to waste space. Now we're gonna have one tier of this at Home Gym Con where we're gonna be showing them, so you'll be able to come see them how strong it has. It has no sleep grip on the bottom, so when they attach to the metal, they don't move side to side. Now, if you want to pull them off, they do come off, of course. That's what allows you and gives you the flexibility to set them up however you want. But we're gonna have a few of these there to for you to look and test, and for all those round dumbbell owners, you can finally then have something if you own one of our racks or want to add those to the future. They're not online yet. We don't have it available. We're bringing them also to kind of see the interest level, but also hear some feedback from people and see how I guess see the interest how the interest would be.
So and I just posted something to the two of you in the private chat. If you want to check that out while I'm talking. So that actually is one of the reasons why I don't like round dumbbells. I've used Hex since 2003. In my home gym, I've only had Hex dumbbells. And it's primarily because I don't like the fact that I didn't want to have cradles because it takes away from the space, and now I can't fit as many dumbbells in the rack. And then also I don't like garage floors or slopes. I don't want to have to chase my dumbbells if they start rolling. But I like that. And Jameson said two of those round dumbbell magnets would make a good sub sandwich holder. Oh boy. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not here to stop you, Jameson. But yeah, I think that's good. So you're gonna have that stuff at your booth, and actually that might be a good thing to have because it's very small to have when you guys do the live show with me, to just bring it there so people can kind of check it out and see what it looks like. Do you guys already know? Well, hopefully, can you kind of give us like a sneak preview of what you're going to be bringing to the live show as we wrap up? Because you guys will be the final, just so everybody knows, you guys will be the final brand that we're going to be showcasing, because Alex promised that we're going to see something brand new, but only the people who are there in person will get to see it. So for those of you who are only watching online, this is your opportunity to buy Home Gym Con tickets, because we're going to end the show at 7:45, and you guys will have 15 minutes to do the presentation and then take questions about the thing that you show everybody. And then we're going to break and head to the, I almost said Hall H, like it's Comic-Con. And then we'll head to the expo. So let's wrap up with talking about what you guys are going to be bringing to the live show at Home Gym Con.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, no. I was gonna say if you have the list. Are you talking about what are we displaying? Is that your
No, no,
question?
no. I'm saying like, so you're gonna be at the live show, and you're gonna essentially you're gonna be like what we're talking about. So you're gonna come on. You'll be the last brand coming on during the show, but you'll be there live in front of the audience. And so one of the things I want you to bring is that I don't know what you call it, but the little cradle that Carlos was just showing you. Have that, but and then you're gonna let people know, kind of get like a preview of what you have, kind of what you did today. Hey, this is what we have at our booth downstairs or wherever. So you guys make sure when you leave here, you come by our booth. But then we're gonna be doing a giveaway during that time, and just give me a sneak preview of what people can look forward to from your presentation at the live show at Home Gym Con, without revealing the thing that we're not going to talk about till Home Gym Con.
Well, what I know one of the things that you and I had talked about, and I don't even know if I did mention to you what it was, but is we're gearing towards on a squat rack that it's storable. Let's put it to you that way. That fits within our system. Now, as you can imagine, there's trials and errors. Just when I thought I was like, man, I'm about to, win a prize of an invention prize. We had a couple of setbacks. I can provide you some feedback of where it's at. We did have to go a little bit more to the drawing board just to make sure that it works kind of like what we did with these rollouts, that it's functionable. That's the most important thing. So that's the next target. And being that we wanted to develop where we're at with the rollout and the adjustable, got a little bit sidetracked. So I had to shelf that for the last week and a half. But I think I would be at a point where I can at least, whether it's a sketch or maybe just some small presentation, so you can have something to look forward to in the next month or two.
Even if you have a PowerPoint, I'd rather you just draw it on a napkin and pass the napkin around. I think that just make everybody feel like a part of it.
Has a lot more impact.
I'm telling you, because you think about it, like just think about some of the things that are out there that were originally sketched on a napkin. Imagine if you had that napkin. You know what I mean? You're like, man, wow, and now it's this. Because I think that there's some value. So a lot of people who are watching the show right now are going to be at the live show in person. Okay. So this is like the dedicated audience, which is why I said they will be a good fit for if you have something that's a little bit more in the design phase, to say, hey, we were thinking about this. This is like a future product 6 months to a year down the line. We want to see kind of like, first of all, where's the interest? Because if there's no interest, hey, all right, we're done. You know what I mean? We can move on. But if there is interest, now that starts to kind of shape where we go with the process. So I think that'd be really cool. And I think go ahead.
John, I'll add a couple things, and I'll save some for that call. But there is a collaboration that we have been finalizing and should be ready to talk about by the time we get on that call with another company.
Nice. Okay. You see, I'm smiling. I like scoops. All right. I like to be the first to break the news. Okay.
And we're excited because that's going to solve a problem that you mentioned earlier during this call. I won't say what it is or give any hints of that, but we think this is going to be great for our customers. It's going to really, really enhance the experience. Another thing is we can also announce, I got to finalize some details, but I feel pretty comfortable that we can announce what an introduction to a new color in our line.
Okay. Please tell me it's purple, because I swear, remember the purple people last time? I'm like, oh my god.
We'll save that for the call. And we also, about probably, I'm hoping by Monday, have finalized our exclusive affiliate program that is going to be a game changer the way we've designed this. Nice. It's going to, it really has been done with the consumer in mind. To give them the best promos available when they follow the affiliate.
Right.
In fact, it is going to be, they're going to get a better promo if they come from an affiliate than if they come to us directly. It's that kind of deal.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And so
Yes.
we'll be talking about that during the show.
We could talk about that during the show. Yes.
Heck yeah. Okay, nice. That
I
is
don't.
more incentive for people to come
Yes.
to the live show. I'm not ignoring. I want to bring up Jared's comment because feedback is feedback. But also because I want you guys to be able to speak about why you guys are making the decision for the keyhole, away from the keyhole thing. So he says for him, it's more of that's going to be a game changer. Like he's rethinking the option because he wants to be able to use attachments on the cart upright as well as his rack upright, and he's saying adapters will take time and tools. So talk a little bit about, construction realities as to why you guys aren't doing a keyhole and why you chose to go with an adapter. Plus, there's patents to think about too. So talk about like what went into that decision.
Well, when you're laser cutting any part, timing is everything. Whether you're cutting a round hole or a keyhole, seconds on a laser multiplied by 50 to 100 holes in an upright that's 80 inches reflects cost, timing. That again, we have to come up with, okay, how do we absorb this? Again, with all the challenges with tariffs that have affected not us directly, but in the sense that because all of our metal is domestic, but it's supply and demand. So
Right.
when we are competing with raw goods in the domestic market, again, costs have rise. A 3x3 24-foot tube has literally doubled the price, So, and also to Carlos's point, when we're making a decision, are we affecting 80% of the problem, the people that are having a problem, or a small 10%? If it's affecting a smaller 10% and it's going to increase the price overall, again, that it's a balance that we have to do. If ultimately the consumer is king. So if it is a problem that we feel it is that will affect the mass consumers or a good percentage of the consumers, man, we're willing to jump on it. Again, we have that capability to make a change like that if needed, or to add a different SKU. So again, we have to probably do a little more research to see how will this affect. I don't want to say the masses because again, we love to cater. I mean, one of the best things that we love to, and Carlos does a fantastic job. We'll get a call and say, man, we had one, and I probably, Carlos, I shouldn't even say this. We have a standard, 70-inch and 43-inch horizontal rack. We had an individual that needed to make an adjustment by, I think it was like 3 inches. Carlos, was it? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Again, we went out of our way. All right, we'll make this change to help this individual. So
Right.
I hate to say mass because that's not who we are.
Sure.
If an individual calls us and needs help, we'll help them. So that's how we look at things, John. So I hope I wasn't a long-winded answer.
No. That makes sense because I brought it up not just because Jared's my guy. I wanted to make sure he got an answer to his question, but also because there are other people out there who are thinking it, and I think, and a major reason why this show even exists is because it's to let you talk directly to your customer base to say, hey, we're not just making arbitrary decisions. There are realities that prevent us or affect our decisions if we are making a decision that we have to factor in. Because at the end of the day, like you said, there's a cost associated with a keyhole versus just one hole. Well, some of that cost is now that cuts into how much you can pay your employees and other things that are important that you have to think about as a business owner who's thinking about multiple products that are going out that have to be profitable. Whereas I'm essentially just thinking about how it affects my bottom line because I'm buying the stuff, right? And I think that there should be more dialogue like this between brands and potential customers because it kind of lets you see the human face of a company as opposed to just like oh, they discontinued my favorite shoe. Why is that? Oh, that's horrible. You know what I mean? Like they hate me or whatever. And that's honestly, from what I know of you guys, that's not the case at all. And in fact, I think this is like the best comment from my girl Ashley. She says, taking care of affiliates, this is a solid company. And even the fact that you guys reached out to me and when I said I had like a list of things a criteria that I looked at as far as any sort of affiliate, and you're like, hey, we'd like to see that. You didn't have to say that, you know. I was like, oh, I was actually surprised that you wanted to see it. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to send it to you, right? Because to me, that shows that it's about taking care of customers and anyone who encounters you in a business setting in a way that maybe people don't expect or anticipate when they're just like thinking about the money they're spending. So yeah,
John,
that was perfect.
also, to Jared, I'm sorry, I want to go to Jared.
Sure.
Come see us at Home Gym Con, Jared. Just come look for us.
I will make sure he's there.
Let's talk about what you need, okay? While you're there, and let's just meet and let's just have a conversation about what your specific need is, and we'll have a conversation about it.
Yeah, it's important that we have a better understanding what his end goal is, because we could probably achieve it, just collaborating, coming up with, okay, this is what, maybe it's not in every space. Again, we just have to be creative and make sure how we can achieve his ultimate goal.
So the reason I said I'll make sure he's there is because Jared's going to be at the live show. So I will make sure you guys connect. I'll say, hey, this is, introduce you guys before close of business that day. So man, you guys are amazing. And once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come talk to us, to come be transparent with my audience. And I meant what I said. You guys have an open invitation. And there's something else I want to tell you too. So I'll make this very short. So on YouTube, I have a YouTube community, and they're rolling that out now to certain creators. And I'm gonna leave because I know your brand and your character. I'm gonna open it up to you. Like, if you guys have any sort of announcement or anything like that that has to do with your company, feel free, man. You can do it just from your phone. Go ahead and post links to it in my YouTube community. That way, people can find out about it. And we can talk offline about how to make that happen. But I'm not charging for that at all, because I love, absolutely, capital L, love what you guys are doing for the community I've been a part of since 2001. So thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Of course, man. Last thing I want before I let you guys get out of here is tell everybody how they can buy your products and keep up with what you guys have going on. So website, Instagram, wherever you want to send them, go ahead and give them the information now. And I'll try to put it up on the screen.
Yeah, Instagram or Facebook or online, synergycustomfitness.com. That's really the best way to go. Find our products right there. We're looking forward to seeing everyone. We want to shake your hand. We want to meet you. We want to hear about you. We want to hear if you already own our products. Come by, say hi. Let's take a picture together. I want to, I want to hear your story about, how you found us and how you liking the product so far. If you have ideas, things that you thought of, about improving some products, I want to hear about that too. Definitely. Those things really matter a lot to us. That's how we improve as a company. That's how we keep evolving. That's how we grow our ecosystem. But more importantly, this is how we take care of our clients. We listen to you.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's probably a notification that somebody else is trying to buy an adjustable dumbbell cart ahead of time. So I'll let you guys go. You got a full day, I'm sure. Thank you so much for everything once again. And I will see you guys in about a week.
Thank you, John.
Looking forward to it.
All right, take it easy. All right, so that was Alex and Carlos from Synergy Custom Fitness. These are some good dudes, and I cannot wait to meet them in person, shake hands with them, and get to know more about their company. So that's pretty much our show. Thank you to Mario Rago from 46 Fitness. Thank you to Carlos Sanchez from Synergy and Alex from Giron from Synergy Custom Fitness. One more time, if you have not already done so, I know a lot of you already have, if you're watching all the way to this point. But if you have not already, please support the show by liking this video and subscribing to us on YouTube. And as well, please follow our show page. Follow Up Way Too Early with Garage Gym Life on LinkedIn. Those ways are completely free for you to support the show. If you are watching on YouTube, coming up immediately after this show is over, we're going to have the premiere of a video that Naomi and I did together. We've been, I keep saying that I've been working out at home since 2001. Well, Naomi and I met in 2002. So we've technically had a home gym since 2002. And we've been very intentional about making sure the home gym fits both of us. But that's not always the case for people. And sometimes we get questions about, well, the husband will say, I got a home gym and my wife wants to go to the gym, or she doesn't work out in the gym with me, or the vice versa. Or sometimes parents want to know how to get their kids involved. And so we did a video kind of focusing on the stuff we got from Bells of Steel, but the idea was to show how we go about buying stuff so that our gym is friendly to both of us. And so here's a quick snippet, quick preview for that. And then so you'll see what's coming up right after this show.
Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage Gym Life.
Hi, I'm Naomi Greaves, co-founder of Garage Gym Life.
And I want to talk about home gym setup. So when a lot of people set up their home gyms, they think of it as something that they're setting up for themselves, which is fine. The best gym in town is yours because you custom tailor it to you. The problem comes in when your home gym is so personalized that your spouse or your partner doesn't feel comfortable using it. So when you try to get them to work out with you, you find that they are resistant. So one thing that Naomi and I did was be very, very intentional about setting up this training space as something that is comfortable and functionally useful for both of us, even though we have very different training goals.
And I just want to go ahead and give you a walkthrough of the things that I use on a regular basis from Bells of Steel here in the gym. Again, this is a gym that both John and myself use, but it's one that it's also created so that I can use it and feel comfortable.
All right, so that is a sneak peek of what's coming up after this. The video is going to premiere after this live is over. It'll premiere about 9:15, and then so you guys will be able to check that out. Make sure you guys are posting in the Garage Gym Life community here on YouTube. I want to see your workout logs. I want to see products that have caught your eye that are home gym products. Just anything competitions that you got coming up. Let me know about that. I want to turn this into a community, not just somewhere where you guys come and I just drive information to you. Let's create a discussion. Last comment is from my mom. Hey, mommy. She says, great show, John. Guests and their practical genius inventions were amazing, and the recliner rave segment was excellent. Thank you, mommy. She says, great job and bravo to all of you. Thank you, mommy. I love having a family that's supportive and is willing to come check out my stuff. So thank you, mommy, and thank you to all of you guys for being on the show and making this something that is special. I'll see you guys next week.